my name, which is Buckman's Model Mania. When I was getting ready to become an actual full-on YouTuber, I was still trying to figure out what to call my channel.
Yeah, that channel name works nice.
Yeah.
I just took the easy way out. My channel was my name.
Yeah, I started out with my channel as my name, Donnie. And then I realized that no one wanted to watch a guy named Schwartz build stuff, so I changed it to something a bit more interest-piquing.
It's 2 a.m. where Dave's at.
Whew. All right. We got another fellow insomniac. Hi.
So, by the way, Ian, if you'd have named your channel, use the Schwartz, you'd have gotten millions of hits.
Yeah, possibly. It might have already been in use. I could always rebrand, but that would just be jarring.
No, never rebrand. Never rebrand.
Yeah, unless there's some legal claim for PITSTAIN. I don't think anyone will ever sue me to take that away.
You never know.
Who knows? Yeah.
I remember. There's another one. May the Schwartz be with you.
Oh, I've never heard that before, Tim. Imagine me in middle school.
Lemur Crazy says 1 p.m. Saturday.
Well, welcome to the weekend,
If I
Lemur.
remember right, Lemur Crazy's name is George. I believe I saw a comment to that effect.
Alrighty.
Tiger
Sooner or later.
Is from Columbus, Georgia.
Good old Georgia.
Okay. So let's go around the horn. We're going to start with Donnie.
Yes, sir.
What you working on tonight, Donnie?
I'm putting decals on the photo etch set for the J.J. Abrams Enterprise.
So have you built the model yet, or you're just doing the decals on the photo etch right now?
I have the bridge installed on the upper saucer, and I have the planetary dome and the impulse installed on the lower part of the saucer.
Very nice.
That's pretty cool, man. I like the JJ Prize is pretty awesome.
I like the JJ Prize. I do not like the JJ movies.
Yeah. Well, except for McCoy. I love McCoy and Scotty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Polarizing the movies can be.
So now for the $64,000 question, Donnie.
Yes.
Are you going to light the engines and make those massage spin?
Yes, but I'm not going to have the counter rotating fan blades.
Come on.
Well, I had found something on Amazon that would work perfect to do it with, but now I can't find it because it was about a year ago when I looked it up. And instead of buying it then, I waited and it's not there anymore.
Well, there you go. I do know there was a kit out there at one point to make the fan blades counter rotate.
Well, what I found was this little remote control. It was like a ball, and it had two helicopter blades on top that counter rotated.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was going to take that apart and use that mechanism, but now I can't find it. So
that would be really cool. Okay, so what you working on, Ken? Ian.
Ian? Jeez, you already forgot my name. Sorry, everybody. Buck's getting a little senile. I'm doing what sucks the life out of your soul is painting stowage for the Sherman. Oh, how we all love painting stowage. But yeah,
I like doing detail painting.
I love details. Yeah,
doing that stowage for like the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, I haven't had a lot of time in the basement the last few weeks. Unfortunately, it's just been crazy at work, and then other things. My parents visited last weekend. It was great seeing them, but I didn't spend a minute down here other than maybe a little tiny bit of time Friday night with you guys after I dropped them off at their hotel for the evening. I managed to sneak down here to get a breath of fresh sanity.
By the way, I have to say, smart move, making the parents stay at a hotel.
Well, yeah, my father is not very mobile. He uses a walker now, a rollator, which is just a fancy walker with wheels that you can sit on when you're tired. But he uses that, and we don't have any of those like really strong metal bars in our showers or near the toilet because me and my wife can both stand up and walk after we poop and take a shower. But yeah, he needs a little more assistance in that area, so we had to book him into a wheelchair compatible hotel room. So that actually was pretty stress relieving because the last time they were here, he almost took a couple spills.
That's not good.
Well, he's 83 years old, so I mean, come on. Let's see how you all are when you're 83. He's otherwise in pretty decent shape.
I plan to be sitting in this chair building models on YouTube when I'm 83.
Yeah, but you'll need a steel bar next to you to be able to stand up when you want to get out of the chair.
Oh no, I got these good strong tables. They'll support.
Well,
my
something,
weight.
yeah, something to push off of at least. But that was the issue with the accommodations this visit. If anyone notices, I'm burning through a lot of 10 millimeter Tamiya tape because I hit the jackpot and got refills. Thanks to the wife getting me gift cards.
Yep.
I just use washing tape.
Washing tape?
Mike?
Washing
Doesn't
tape.
matter if you can't type. Neither can we.
This stuff.
So, Gilly, tell everybody what you're working on.
Well, I'll be working on this Revell kit.
Oh, nice.
Sweet.
Deuce and a half and Jimmy.
Nice.
Oh, you can see they call it by their different names. But yeah, Deuce and a half and 4x4 Jimmy.
Off-road vehicle, otherwise known as Jeep.
Jeep, yep.
I own a Jeep.
Quarter-ton utility truck.
Right. Everyone knows it as a Deuce and a half.
And like I said, if I remember his name right, George Lemur Crazy says you can get the handles with suction cups.
Yes, you can. However, grout joints and travertine tile do not make for good suction, and that's what our showers are covered in: is travertine tile and thinner tiles that have a lot of grout joints. So I don't think the suction cups would ever stick. The last thing you want to do is have someone relying on that suction cup and it just gives way and boom, it's another emergency room visit.
Yep.
Yeah, that would not be good.
Yeah.
Tiger 2 says nice Deuce and a half, Gilly. And I am working on the Revell VWT1. Similar to it's a 1/16 scale versus the 1/8 scale I'm building on my streams. And I discovered how poorly the light gray paint is going to cover. So I'm going to have to, before I spray, I might try one more coat on here and see if it actually gets some good coverage. But I'm going to end up probably airbrushing it, which is why I'm breaking out the seats and taping everything up.
Airbrush is the way to go anyway, Buck.
Yep.
I'm lazy.
Oh, come on.
Airbrushing's easier.
Yeah.
Just point and shoot.
Yeah, and then you got to clean the brush.
It's not that hard to clean that hairbrush.
I know. I retired the last of my cheapo airbrushes this week or last weekend because I shot some primer, cleaned it really good, put it through the ultrasonic cleaner, and when I put it back together, it leaked air into the paint bucket. So I'm like, yeah. I played with it for a while, took it apart, put it back together. And I'm
You
finally
mean
like,
when you
okay.
tried to spray, it was leaking air into the air bucket?
No, when I put it back together just to make sure everything was working, it was leaking air into the paint reservoir. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to mess with it anymore. It was a $15
Sounds
airbrush.
like a bad seal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if that happened with my Posh, that's a different story.
I like my Posh.
The Posh, I would certainly be, getting parts and getting it fixed.
I think something's tickling a nerve on the Porsche versus Porsche. Is it Posh or Pache?
Yes.
Depends on who you ask.
Okay, just checking. New Yorker with a speech impediment over here, so I was confused. But carry on.
But I've heard people swear that they're absolutely positive it's Posh, and I've heard people swear that they're absolutely positive it's Pache. So,
don't really care.
I don't know. When I was 8, I could absolutely
split the difference. It's Pache.
It's Pache, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's split the difference. It's a Talon G.
Right.
There you go.
Call it by its name. Talon G.
But yeah, and actually, I think it wasn't a bad seal. What I think it was a busted needle cap because
You mean nozzle?
Yeah, the nozzle had a chunk of paint come out of it, pretty good size, which I had to work really hard to get out.
What did you use to get it out?
Sledgehammer.
That could be your problem.
That might be the problem.
No, I have one of those needles, the needle that is half, it's a half needle that you can, that is designed to go in there and not destroy the nozzle.
Yeah.
Well, they sell those little tools that are made to clean nozzles with. It's got kind of like a little cutting edge on it.
Yeah, it's like a reamer.
Exactly what I'm talking about.
Like a reamer, exactly. But the only thing they're actually good for is to ruin nozzles.
Right.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
You're running a reamer through a nozzle that's made out of brass, which is a soft metal anyway. So, hello?
You got this little guy here. This is one of them.
Yeah.
Never use it.
If I ever do use this, I don't put any pressure on it. I literally just use its own weight and just turn it.
I wouldn't even risk using it. Not in brass.
I wouldn't even risk using this.
Well, I've only broken this out twice, and both times were because of this.
Yeah. Well, I have an old airbrush needle, and I just use that to clean the nozzle.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Because it has no cutting edge on it.
So what you're saying is I screwed it up myself.
Oh, if you use one of those reamers, quite possibly.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, like I said, $15 airbrush. I'm not that upset.
Yeah, not so bad.
I kind of like these decals. They're like ultra matte.
Are they sturdy, or are they like?
Yeah, I've had no problems with them so far.
That's good. I hate when I get weak decals. They just,
So-
friggin' flake apart the second you put them in the water practically.
Yeah, I had something like that for the Vulcan shuttle. The first decal I put in the water just disintegrated. And then I sprayed
Yeah.
clear coat on them so that I could get the rest of them on. And
Never
those
had
are
decals
brand new decals that I ordered straight from round 2.
Yeah, round 2's decals are questionable at best most times.
It depends. Some of their
Use this
decals
stuff.
are made by Cardiograph and they're awesome. Some of their decals are not and they're crap.
I think it was older decals from them that were I don't know if they still use Cartograph or not. I've heard varying stories.
I don't know. But I
So
know
George said-
the Vulcan shuttle decals are absolute trash.
George says he's talked to the owner of Pache, and it is Pache.
Okay, I'll just say Pache because I'm from New York. We can't say that other one, Pache.
Why not?
Because it sounds like I'm saying O instead of A on the Posh
Mm.
A. We just sound ridiculous in New York. I'm sorry.
And he also said that he uses dental brushes, which I tried that.
I use those a lot.
That paint that was in there, it was stubborn. It was like, I ain't never coming out.
Yeah, if I was
You just gotta
use,
gotta be dedicated, Buck.
yeah, use an old airbrush needle. You can't go wrong with that.
I do that
Yeah.
and I use the dental tools.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a
I
big
have,
deal anymore because I no longer have that airbrush.
I use these a lot.
Yeah.
Focus.
I got these root canal ones. I got these little dental ones that Donnie
Hang
showing.
on, let me ping you.
And then I keep
Wrong one.
I gotta make pit stain.
Yeah, I
Okay.
use these.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried something like that and it would not fit.
You have to get the ultra fine ones.
Fairly out of some
So
right now.
let's see what you were showing, Gilly.
I use the same thing as Donnie, and then I use these absorbent paper points, the ones that the dental.
I need to get some of those.
And I got an old 2mm needle here for cleaning out the everything.
Yeah, I have one of those too in here somewhere. Where is it?
It's over
There it
there.
is. Yeah,
See?
it's an old airbrush needle.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, this thing right here is great for seeing if you have a cracked nozzle or something like that.
Oh, look at that. An
Yeah.
overpriced Japanese tool for inspecting your needles and nozzles.
Nah, this
I'm
was
surprised
like
I don't own it already.
this was like $5.
That's the cheapest thing Iwata sells then. Once you put that Iwata brand name on something, the price quadruples.
Right?
I think that's a universal truth we can all agree on.
That's like
What if
they sell a little mat at Hobby Lobby, airbrush cleaning mat. And all it is a little foam rubber mat, and
Yeah,
it's like
it's like
20
one of
bucks.
That's all. Foam little
Yeah.
caps or mat.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like,
well,
no thank you. I'm
not
not paying
everything at
20
Hobby
bucks just
Lobby
because
is
it has Iwata painted on it.
Yeah, not everything from Hobby Lobby is a deal. That's for damn sure. Because, like, if you go to Hobby Lobby and you're buying these little pipettes there, you get like a 10-pack for like $3, $4, $5. I got like 300 or 400 of these on Amazon for $6.
Yeah, I got 100 of them for $3 from Spray Gunner.
Yep.
Yeah,
There's
and that's
200 right
overpriced
here.
compared to Amazon.
$10. I actually got 2
I was
packs
gonna
of
say
these.
I did the same thing, Ian, back about 8-9 years ago. I bought a lifetime supply of those pipettes on eBay for like $6-7.
What do you mean lifetime exactly?
Well, let's see. There's 500 in the box, and I've barely put a dent in the number that are in there.
Oh, I've already burnt through my first 100 in like the last, I don't know, year. I use a lot of pipettes.
I use the hell out of them too.
Yeah, I burn pipettes like crazy. I mean, right here, just stowage and the figure. I mean,
well,
I've used at least this many. Oh wait. Yeah, here's more.
That's the one thing I don't like about the Tamiya paints, because they come in those freaking little jars. If they would put them in something like this, you wouldn't need so many pipettes.
But if they put them in something like this, I would be scared to buy it because I would think it would clog my airbrush. Because anything in a bottle this shape scares me now.
So,
no comment.
Group 140 says, "Hi, PITSTAIN."
Hey, bruh. I like your screen, bruh.
Those
What's up,
those
bruh?
Vallejo paints
You
are
guys wanna be
a little more
alone here
challenging,
again?
but they're not that hard to use.
What happened, Gil?
You guys want to be alone or what?
No, it's just you don't know.
Okay.
Oh, Gil is in a different culture than us. He's north of the U.S. border in Canada, where the bruh thing might not be as well known on social media.
Yo, bruh.
Yo, bro.
Bruh. Yeah, come on. Get with the times, guys. Don't be old fuddy-duddies.
Shut up, roof.
We need to appeal to a newer generation. I don't realize how old I'm getting until I hang out with you guys and say something that's just 1 year younger than Buck. And like he's like, what the hell are you talking about, whippersnapper?
Yeah.
Like, did I confuse you? I'm so sorry, sir.
Wait, Ian. Just remember, I watched a man walk on the moon on TV live.
I watched a man walk on the moon, but it wasn't live. Must have been Memorex.
I watched a man
Who's old enough to
moonwalk
remember
live.
that?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Hey, come on. I saw a guy moonwalk live multiple times. Yeah, there we go. Gotcha, Buck.
Well, no, I was going to say that the man that you watched moonwalk live, it's who I'm thinking.
Yes.
He was my age.
Well, you're doing a lot better. Apparently, laying off the fentanyl is a good habit.
It is.
Oh my god.
I got new paint.
I try to
Khaki
stay
drab.
away from, drugs like that.
Yep. So I'm trying to... Did the backpacks in khaki, XF49. And I got to do the tarps, but I didn't want to use olive drab. So I got khaki drab because I'm too lazy to mix colors together. And I had a gift card.
I can mix colors, but thanks to being partially colorblind, every color I mix is brown.
Poor
Sorry,
Donnie.
Donnie.
Donnie just needs to buy every color then and just trust the label.
Yeah.
You know, Ian, there's another thing that you could have named your channel.
What's
The
that?
Lazy Hobbyist.
The Lazy Hobbyist.
Yeah.
That could work.
No, I think there's a guy out there who has that already.
Yeah, that channel name seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Holy crap,
Well,
Donnie, your wall of paint.
Yeah.
What the? Oh, that's impressive.
That's why I have that wall of paint. I cannot mix colors.
So, Ian, what about instead of the Lazy Hobbyist, what about I'm too lazy to mix paint?
Yeah, that's a bit of a mouthful. Bruh, cart. Too scared to even attempt any type of small figurine. Yeah, 30. I'm scared to even try to paint 16th scale tank figures. And I mean this came out okay.
I have those too, Ian.
But the 16th scale?
No, paints.
This guy came out all right. He's got a little bit of a presidential tan. But otherwise,
He's got
fine.
jaundice.
Yeah, he's got a little jaundice. I mean, he's
He's
drinking
got
a lot of
jaundice,
whiskey
yeah.
in World
looks
War
good.
II. Well, thank you. It's okay.
He's been out in the sand so long that he's starting to look like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's people way more talented than me at painting the figures, and I don't even attempt to show off. I'm like, yeah, I painted it. It looks good enough from 3 feet away.
I can just never get the eyes.
Yeah, the eyes are difficult. All I do is paint it flesh, and then I just wash the hell out of the face with a panel liner.
The easiest way to paint the eyes is to actually paint the eyes first,
Yeah.
and then paint the flesh color around them.
That's a Simpson tanker.
Oh,
And,
hey, we'll call him
and
Homer.
the Valley
That's
of
his name.
Pain must be crossed to paint figures.
Yes,
If
indeed.
that technique works on a 35mm miniature, I'm sure it'll work great on that one.
Yeah. But you know what? He looks fine from
He looks
just a
good.
couple of feet away. I'm
Yeah, he
I'm
looks
good with it.
good.
Like
Yeah,
to
he
the
looks good.
casual observer, they'll be like, "Oh my god, it looks so real," and I'm like, "Oh, have you had any idea how much better it could be if a really talented figure painter attempted
It
it?"
actually looked pretty good, though.
Well, thank you.
By the
I
way,
saw one on Facebook that I saved the post. It looked so amazing. This
Have
guy
you
on
seen?
Facebook did. Oh,
There's a guy on Facebook called Sergio Cavio or something like that, miniatures, and this dude
Yeah.
does the most amazing shit I've ever seen.
Yeah,
I've seen him.
I'm not on any miniature groups, so I probably would not be aware of his posts. But I believe you, man. The work people are doing is phenomenal.
I've only joined a few hundred miniature groups.
Few hundred channels.
Several hundred. Yeah, my one of my family members back up in New York, he is he paints a lot of Warhammer figures, and his stuff looks downright astonishing. But he also, before that, for 20, 30 years, tied his own fly fishing lures. So his ability to work on tiny things
Well,
up close.
let me tell you a secret. Warhammer miniatures, the detail is so exaggerated, they're actually pretty easy to paint.
I was watching that speed paint video, and it kind of I was like, hey, yeah, that doesn't look so crazy difficult.
Oh, those speed paints are amazing.
But when you get to all the grass and everything, and he puts foliage there, and
Yeah, I
mud
like doing
effects,
that stuff.
Yeah, that's where I'm just like I like big things because I'm not only stupid and fat, but I'm also kind of blind. I just want something bigger I can see easier.
so
That's why I wear the magnifiers. It makes the little things big.
Yeah, I should give a pair of those to my wife.
That's what she said.
Damn it, Gil, you beat me.
Here we go.
So Ian,
What's
I'm
up?
going to give you one of my rules about building a model. If it looks good at 6 foot, there's almost never going to be anybody that gets closer than that. So it's good.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's good from far, far from good is the term I use sometimes when I'm building things.
Well, Eric calls it my 6 foot rule. Made a lot of
There's
miniatures,
There could be many odd meanings for the 6 foot rule.
but
All right, stowage.
By the way, Dave said coffee stir. He uses coffee stirrers to stir paint. Tamia has a habit of being lumpy in the bottom of the jar, and the figure looks great.
Thanks, Dave. I actually throw a bronze bushing in the bottom of my Tamiya jars when I put the thinner in them. So I have a little. It's not a ball because the little bronze bushings. These are always left over when I build the RC kit or a model tank. and this bronze bushing lays flat on the bottom of the jar and actually scrapes the bottom pretty well when you shake it side to side.
I use hematite beads.
Yeah, these are free. I have piles of them down here, hundreds.
Hematite beads are just almost free though. You can get like a string of 100 of them for $5, $3, something like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have built like 11 Tamiya full option tanks and dozens of RC cars. I have so many of these damn bushings. When I run out, I'll get the hematite beads though.
By the way, Dave said that they use a 2-foot rule there.
Oh, that's exacting detail, Dave. 2 feet away? Oh my god. Yeah, no, I'm not getting that close. I'll see all my flaws. I have a 6-foot rule just for people looking at my face, Dave.
I was gonna say you're like 600-700 miles away from me, and that's a good distance.
Yeah, I mean, geez, you know, it's if I get 2 feet away from my camera lens with my face, I'm worried what'll happen to the camera.
So George,
Lemur, yeah, the metal bowl, yeah, that could be problematic in a glass jar. I think you'd have to have like the world's strongest forearm, which would be like a bodybuilder that's very single and lives in his basement. Maybe they could break the jar. Oh, okay. Whew. It's more exercise than my arms had in a week.
Don't lie.
That's why I use the vortex mixer.
I want one of those. But they're $100. I just
Yeah, don't buy the little $30 ones. They're crap.
Yeah, no, I would get the expensive one. What I have right now is I have the nail polish shaker that I put a Gundam sticker on to hide its feminism. But this works okay. It's just really noisy and obnoxious.
Yeah, I have the 4E's vortex mixer.
So
yeah, that's
the question is, does Makita make a vortex mixer, Ian?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no. And if they did, it would be $378.
And you would buy it?
Correct.
Yeah.
I could justify it if it was Makita. And every time I watched Barbados Rex doing paint things, I'm like, oh, God, that vortex mixer. I hate you.
Let's see. What does it cost right now?
Oh, they're not cheap, man. They're anywhere from like $80 to $110, it seems.
Yeah, the 4E's is around $100.
Yeah, it's a nice mixer, though.
I have one of those little $30 ones, and it didn't work as good as the 4E's one when it was brand new, and over time it just got worse.
All right, here we're looking at $165.99.
Jesus Christ!
But that's in Kazakhstan pesos.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, that's Canadian pesos, man. That's not the same.
Free delivery, Prime.
Well, free delivery if you see.
Yeah, your $25 shipping is built in the price.
Yeah, the 4E's mini vortex mixer here with the extra rubber cap is $101.99 with an instant coupon.
101. Sweet. Get two, send me one.
Yeah.
Good evening, Jordy.
Hey, Jordy.
Oh, what's up,
The
Jordy?
problem is it would take the other $30 just to send it to you.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. I always remembered as a kid, I would go to the candy store, comic book store. I would go to, it was like it was a stationery store, they called it. And I would pick up a comic book, and it was, Wolverine or X-Men or Iron Man or Punisher or whatever. It would be like $1, $1.25 can. And I'm like, what does this mean? And I went to my dad, I was like, what does it mean, $1.25 can? He goes, in Canada, this comic book costs 25 cents more. And I go, that sucks. And that was the end of the conversation. now it's just like it seems like is the exchange rate getting worse, Gil?
Yep.
All right. I'm sorry about that, man. That stinks. I saw a news article on a news clip on YouTube about a $40 pack of chicken breast right after you mentioned it in a chat the other day.
We went
it's
to
stupid up here.
Sam's Club tonight, and my wife was going to buy eggs until she looked and saw that the 18 or no, two 18 packs tied together were only $13.
That's actually not bad.
Right?
It was $10 last week.
Oof. Ouch. Okay. I mean, I say that's not that bad compared to the info you have been sending us on the egg prices in Illinois.
Oh, here's the really cool part. So we have this thing here, this deal here where we can buy our electricity from other than the Ameren, the utility company.
All right.
And Ameren will still deliver it. The great thing is we had 4.9 cents per kilowatt up until December when our 2-year contract ran out, and it's now 12.2 cents per kilowatt.
Oh!
I don't like that. It says, and Amron will still deliver it. Yeah, it just goes down the wire.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're not much better off in Georgia, but a little bit. Our utility costs are not horrible in Georgia. Electricity is pretty reasonable. Natural gas went up a lot, though. But luckily, it's been a pretty mild winter mostly, except for that one real bad cold snap near Christmas.
Yeah. Well, the fortunate thing about the electricity going up that much, when you contract...
There's a fortunate thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little. When you contract with the company that is your provider, the one we're signed up with starting in February is a 3-year contract. So if Ameren goes up to 25 cents a kilowatt, I don't care. I still pay 12.2. If they go down to 3 cents a kilowatt, I go find a different company because there is no penalty for switching companies.
Well, I guess
I'm
that's handy,
almost-
unless everybody's expensive.
Yeah, well, I'm almost to the point of getting a solar put on the house. Almost.
Yeah, I've toyed with it. I have too many trees for it to work where I am right now, and I'd have to cut down so many trees. Plus, my neighbors have so many trees, and all the pine trees in my neighborhood, they're all like 100-foot tall. And
yeah.
I would have to cut down some of my neighbors' trees for me to get enough sunlight during the day to make solar viable at my current house. I live in the damn woods.
Okay, so Ian, let me give you 4 words of wisdom with that. Do it at night.
The trees. Yeah.
Oh man,
yeah.
what happened to your trees?
Yeah.
Well, you know, I do have the 36-volt Makita electric chainsaw. However, if I tried to single-handedly fell a 100-foot pine tree, and there's nowhere I could drop it in any direction that wouldn't crush somebody's house. Because I'm also in a very densely populated area.
We had a tree like that back in '78 in Juneau, Alaska, and it was getting old and decrepit. And so Dad got some block and tackle, did some calculating and everything, and it was the coolest thing to watch him drop it straight between 2 houses and miss everything.
Yeah, those are the fun videos to watch, and then you see the other videos where they miscalculated by 3 degrees and it just wiped out somebody's living room.
Wait, Ian, you didn't pick up on the day or the year. 78. Nobody was doing videos back then.
Yeah. Oh man. So much for that. Wasted opportunity.
Yep.
He would have had to film on what, 8mm?
No, we didn't even have an 8mm.
I'm just saying the film medium at the time for what would have been a camcorder of form back then.
It probably would have been 8mm.
Yeah.
I think Donnie's painting.
I'm painting.
Ah, I knew somebody was painting.
Nobody's painting.
Somebody's got to paint this stowage. It's not going to paint itself.
Yeah, you've been staring at it for 3 weeks now.
Hey. You watch it, punk.
No, you were watching it.
Touche. Check and mate, Donnie. I have zero comeback for that one, actually. I feel horribly ashamed of myself now. I'm going to go cry myself to bed after this stream's over, just so everyone knows Donnie scarred me emotionally now.
Hey, we have the video proof of it on YouTube.
Hey! I'm going to file a grievance with the Hobby Time Modelers group for an abusive work environment.
Denied.
Ah, damn it. Okay.
Hey, guess what, Ian? I'm an administrator there. Denied.
Nobody cares. Meg. Sorry. All right. Well, welcome to my world, I suppose. All right. I like this. I like this new color. It's very nice. The khaki drab. What the hell is it? Khaki drab. Ah, nice color. It's not khaki, and it's not olive drab.
No, it's khaki drab. Come on, I mean, look at the name.
It's like right in between. Yeah.
Think
It's
that's
more
why
of a
they named
brown.
it that?
It's neither a tan. It's neither a tan nor a green. It's more of a brownish hue. Uh-oh. Sorry, the Belt Gizmo's 9-volt battery has bought the farm. God, oh no, my airbrush holder already broke. What a piece of garbage.
Where'd you buy
Was
that?
it a Makita?
No, it was some cheap thing, some cheap Chinese thing I ordered on Amazon to hold multiple airbrushes, and one of the holders broke, which means back to Amazon, see if I can return it. If I can't, which is likely because it's been more than 30 days, order the identical unit, and then say it showed up broken.
Right.
And send this one back.
Go. That's what I do.
I have no shame when it comes to Amazon.
Y'all are the reason things cost so much.
Oh. I highly doubt that me and Gil alone are the reason things cost so much. I don't think people returning things to Amazon is making the eggs cost $17,000.
Well, it has nothing to do with the eggs, no.
It's the people who return the eggs because they're cracked.
Exactly.
Who doesn't check their eggs at the supermarket? My dad taught me you open that lid, you wiggle every egg. If one doesn't wiggle, the bottom's cracked.
Yeah.
Wait, I have an answer to that. My wife.
Yeah.
She brought
home that's a problem.
And I said, you didn't open them, did you?
That's a problem with a lack of authority in your household, Buck. You need to tell her what for. And then pretend you told her what for to us next week. And not actually have told her what for.
See, here's the thing. What I need to do is just let things happen the way they do because she goes shopping without me.
And there's that. See, my wife hates grocery shopping, so I usually do the grocery shopping.
Well, my wife loves shopping. My wife loves shopping. She loves all shopping. We went the other day. I actually went with her to Sam's Club, and we went to buy 3 things at Sam's Club. $250 later, we left.
Wow.
Well, that was a good day, Donnie. It wasn't 400.
Lemur,
Ouch.
you guys typically pay 3 to 4 times more than UK for groceries. Lemur, are you referring to Canada or the US?
US.
Oh, US is getting screwed. Oh, geez. Okay.
Yeah,
How much is a dozen eggs in Australia right now?
$5.
Crap, if we're getting screwed, Gilly's getting raped.
Yeah.
Actually, no, we're not.
To answer
Well, that
your
chicken,
question,
Gilly.
it's $5 Canadian.
So that's like 25 cents US.
I know.
But the chicken breast I saw on the CBC newsreel said it was like something like $23 a pound for chicken or something, or some ridiculous amount.
Yeah, somebody in the grocery market decided that they're gonna try something, and it backfired.
Yeah, that didn't the optics were bad on that one for the grocery store.
Yeah,
They I think they were making excuses like, well, this is the best chicken you can get. This is
right.
higher quality, organic, antibiotic free, free range, vegan chicken or something.
Yeah.
Like these chickens are massaged by Japanese Kobe beef retirees. I don't know what kind of chicken that is, man, but $37 a pack of chicken. I better be the best chicken I ever had in my life. I get chicken at Restaurant Depot here in the U.S. I get boneless, skinless chicken breast. It's like $3 a pound.
Right?
But I have to buy a 40-pound case at once and then vacuum seal it into portions, but I don't mind doing that.
Yeah, so after that whole big stink with the news and all, everything went back to normal.
Of course.
They were just trying to pull the wool over people's eyes, saying, "Oh, this is number one," blah blah blah.
No, they were trying to pull
Bunch
the
of
chicken
schmucks.
over people's eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, Donnie's on a friggin' tear tonight. Donnie's just ripping the jokes off. It's like they're just flying out.
Why not?
Donnie's gonna have like road rash on his lips tonight after he's done telling all this funny stuff to everybody. Hey, wait, that sounded wrong. Sorry about that, Donnie.
I was fixing
Just
to
realized-
say what?
Just realized that came out a little odd. Oh boy. Oh, it's okay. I mean, you suck paint fumes all day. Hopefully you're not too offended.
Right?
There we go. Donnie, what do you do for a living? Oh, I inhale paint fumes. What do you do when you get home? I inhale more paint fumes.
Exactly.
I go to my basement and I spray some more.
Well, what's the difference between work and home? Well, at work, they make us wear a mask.
Yeah.
And at home, I drink beer while I'm doing it. Oh, my God.
God.
Okay, I'm back. I'm back, everybody. I'm back, baby.
At work,
There
I
we
wear
go.
a mask. At home, I have a mask.
Yeah.
Is it a Nissan-issued non-union mask?
No.
Is
No,
it
I'm sure
American
they're
made?
very, very safety conscious to make sure their workers don't get permanently brain damaged.
They don't care as long as we can come to work.
They're like, we want the paint finish to be nice because that CVT transmission is going to blow up in 60,000 miles. We want the car to still be shiny so you feel like repairing it for $6,000 at our service department.
Right.
Silence from Donnie.
He's sworn to
I can't
secrecy.
deny it.
Oh, it's all right. We have the worst transmissions in the industry after Land Rover. Cleaning airbrushes, Buck, your worst nightmare, apparently.
Huh?
You made such a stink about cleaning your airbrush. Like,
I'm lazy. I'm almost as lazy as Ian.
I clean my airbrush at least.
So what you're saying is I'm lazier than you are.
Possibly. I don't know how it's possible, but I guess.
By the way, can you guys hear that?
Yes.
Okay.
But it's not super
Not singing yet.
obnoxious.
I just turned it on.
Can you hear mine?
Huh? I can't hear you.
I hear you spraying. I don't hear your compressor.
Yeah, it's because it's 25 feet away. I love this new Makita compressor.
If I moved my compressor 25 feet away, it would be in a different room.
My garage is pretty big. Maybe it's only 22 feet away.
That's what she said. Oh my God!
Going on.
Well, you know, if I moved my wife 22 feet away, I'd still be in the same room with her. There we go. I get some goop on my airbrush. I think that's clear coat that I forgot to wash off of the outside. Now,
Hey, by the way, Ian, did you say you have the Iwata little mini spray gun?
No.
Those
I
are
got
good.
Yeah, I know you got the Procon boy.
Yeah, no, I don't. I have the only Iwata derivative I have is this Tamiya spray work is made in the Iwata factory. The .2.
So is the Procon boy.
Yeah,
The Procon boy is a .5, and that's also made in the Iwata factory. And then I got this really cheap, well, not really cheap, but $50 and change MadWorks .5 from newtype.us. And this is a pretty damn good airbrush, actually. It's like a much nicer version of a Master Airbrush. It's like Master Airbrush's factory tried to make an Iwata because it's pretty damn good.
Well, MadWorks and what's the other one? Starts with the S.
Not sure.
Sparmax.
Sparmax,
Yeah.
yes.
Both of those are made in those Chinese factories. The only difference is those lines have inspectors at the end. The ones you buy on Amazon for $10 never got inspected.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you might get a good cheap airbrush. You might not.
Yeah. I mean, I like the Master. I had a few Master airbrushes I got with my old compressor, and they were decent enough. I can't really. One of them was a complete dog piece of garbage, but the other two were pretty much no big deal. They were okay.
Yeah,
Well, that's the thing, though. They don't inspect them. They just pop them together and ship them. You get a good one, or
exactly.
you don't get a good one.
You may not. We have no idea if or when.
And we don't care.
Yes, exactly. Just return it to Amazon and say it was broken and get another one.
Or don't return it. Again, we don't care.
Yes, exactly. Need a little olive drab. Is this dry? Yeah, that's dry. Little more masking tape now.
Okay, now she fits. Nice.
There we go. So how was everybody's week? including our viewers.
The usual.
Yeah, we know, Donnie. You inhaled paint fumes for 5 days straight.
Explains a lot, don't it?
That's why he's always
yeah.
happy.
Yeah, a bit. Yeah, Donnie's damaged some section of his mind that allows anger to form. Let's see, Lamer through the U.S. polish needle and seal nozzle with beeswax. Yeah. Interesting tip there.
Yep.
Buck, how was your week of living off the government dime?
You've never used beeswax to seal your airbrush?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
You must have one of those magical perfect ones that are just.
Well, what's the sealing with the beeswax benefit? What is the benefit to that?
Well, you know how sometimes, like where you thread the nozzle on and stuff, sometimes it'll leak just a tiny bit of air. If you
I've
put
never had that
beeswax on
happen.
there, it seals.
Never experienced that once.
Ooh.
I have well, I am Irish, so there's that luck, I guess.
I also am Irish.
Not Irish enough, apparently, because you're using beeswax.
Maybe I'm just observant enough to notice it.
Right.
I mean, maybe my airbrushes are leaking all over the place. I've never noticed anything exfiltrating itself from a place it shouldn't have on my airbrush. I put the paint in one end, it comes out the other end, and nowhere else. Okay. Masking tape. Check. Ugh. All right. Gil, how did your week go? Murdering people and whatever you do for a living?
Yeah, you know the usual. Somebody catches
Ignoring
you.
this.
You got to murder them too.
Ignoring the screams of pain.
Yeah.
If you're giving them time to scream, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
No. Gil likes to enjoy it. He savors the moment.
Yeah, savor the moment. It's an art form, you know? It's
No, the art form is to take them out before they even know you're taking them out.
Where's the fun
if there
in
was
that?
if there was ever a movie about a Canadian serial killer, it would just be like the most polite serial killer movie you've ever seen. Oh, hey, I'm so sorry about, bumping into your car there. Could I, you want to trade information? And then they're writing their stuff down and he's like, oh, I'm going to have to murder you now. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
It's more like, oh, I'm so sorry. I seem to have dropped my knife in your heart. My bad.
Touche.
Just let me get that back, please.
Yeah. Oh, no, are you suffering? Oh, yeah, okay, no. I'm going to choke you out now so you don't feel no more pain. I don't want you to suffer now, I know, I'm doing Minnesota instead of Canada. I get it.
Yeah.
I know. I just watched Bobby's World a lot as a kid.
You got a little Minnesota accent going on there.
Yeah, I'm better at Minnesota than Canada. I don't know. And I hate the cold. I don't know why I'm so talented at sounding like I'm from Minnesota when I want to.
If you want to talk Canadian, just talk normal and say every 3 words.
Yeah.
And then if it's Minnesota, it's don't you know. It was funny.
And you got to throw in A every now and then.
Yeah.
A?
Yeah. A. And friend.
And poutine.
And what?
Poutine.
Poutine.
Definitely some poutine for sure. Don't forget your poutine, boys and girls.
Hey, they got to do something to stay warm up there.
Yeah, really. I went to Vegas with my wife a long time ago, and we got tickets to see Howie Mandel perform live.
I like Howie Mandel.
Yeah, he's a funny guy. So we saw Howie Mandel, and he was doing his bit, And he goes, you know, as some of you know, I did the voice of Bobby from Bobby's World. And he goes, Bobby, oh, Bobby, hey, Bobby. He goes, but what you don't know a lot of times is that I also did Gizmo from Gremlins. And he goes, Mogwai, Bobby. He goes, it was the same damn voice, everybody.
Well, I'm glad you guys think he's funny, because we don't.
You don't like Howie Mandel?
Heck no, nobody likes him up here.
What's wrong with Howie Mandel up there? Did he like commit a national crime against Canada?
No, he's just a moron.
All right, well, you know, we figured out.
We were all
trigger the
happy he went
Canadians.
south.
You all what?
We were all happy he went south. Put it that way.
Oh, because Howie Mandel's Canadian.
Yeah.
Yes. Are you wow? So, like, do you guys like Ryan Reynolds? You're proud of him, right?
Him too. We don't even like him.
What about Justin Bieber?
Seriously?
Come on, Gil. Tell us how you really feel. Hobby Time Murderers.
Yeah. Good one, Lemur.
Definitely a good one.
Yeah,
Welcome
we're
to
just,
the Hobby Time Comedy Hour special on Friday. More than you bargained for, because we go on till like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
2 drink minimum at the door, though. Sorry, everybody. Hobby Time Murderers would be like the most nerdy gangster rap group ever.
Especially because Eric is who invented it.
Oh, geez. Oh, yeah.
Sorry I was gone, guys. I was over there messing with the airbrush.
We asked,
There you go,
where's
Ian.
Buck? Somebody would have said, over there.
Exactly.
Over there.
He's over there.
Of course, we didn't ask where's Buck.
No, but you did ask how my week was.
Yeah, how was your week, though?
It wasn't bad, except for busy as hell yesterday and today.
Sounds like my week.
Yeah, except for I don't do tech support.
Yeah, I don't
poor
do tech
Buck
support
had to
either
drive all
normally.
the way to the office and sit in front of the computer.
I had to drag my
Buck's not
computer
even gonna
with me
say
all the way
anything.
down.
How was that commute?
That sucked. Well, see,
It made you leave home for work, Buck?
huh? Yeah, I had to leave home for work.
Oh, you poor thing.
And I don't know how many bases have it, but I feel much more secure at home than I do at work, because they now have this system that if you have an ID card, you can get a PIN, and then there's the center lanes where you don't have to actually show it to a human being.
Huh.
Yeah.
So you just walk right in.
No, you have to have the PIN and your ID card to open the gate. But it's like, yeah, every time I see that, I'm like, you know, I lived through 9/11, and that is fucking stupid as hell.
I was in Manhattan during 9/11.
Front row seat.
Wait, I was in Midtown. I was on 42nd Street, about 30 stories up. Well, no, actually, well, it was happening. I was on the commute on the way in on the bus, and then I got to work, and that's when all hell broke loose. Is after we got to work, everything started. They collapsed, and then we had to evacuate that building. Running down 30 flights of stairs, I think, honestly, is harder than going up 30 flights of stairs. It's definitely more painful. Harder on the knees and the feet. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, there's something I don't believe about that part.
What?
The running.
Well, I mean, we were vigorously
Rolling.
climbing down the stairs. We were hustling. Let's just put it that way.
Hustling. Okay.
I was at work when it happened. We were listening to the radio, and then they preempted the radio show that we were listening to, and we were all like, did he just say a plane flew into the World Trade Center?
Yeah, well, I was hearing that on the radio and watching it in real time from my bus because the highway to Manhattan from the Bronx was an elevated expressway. So, we're like, 50 feet in the air. And I saw it happen, and I was listening to Howard Stern, and I'm like, dude, that's not a funny joke. So I went to like the wussy light rock radio station, and they were basically saying the exact same thing. And I went, oh boy. And at the time that I was on the bus before we got over the bridge to Manhattan. I saw right before I heard anything on the radio, and honestly, before any booms happened, this was before anything hit any buildings, I saw like a dozen or 2 dozen blacked out tinted window Crown Victorias and Chevy Tahoes and Suburbans fly past my bus. And then 30 seconds later, I saw the first one hit. So it was, it was an experience, I guess I could say. But it was.
I wasn't that close. I mean, I was in Germany, but the captain came out. I was in finance, dropping off travel vouchers. Captain came out, flipped the TV over from Cartoon Network that they kept on for the kids to Fox or CNN or I don't know what it was, just in time for about 30 seconds later, I watched the second one hit.
Yeah.
And I was like, you see it on TV, you see the first one on fire, you're like, wow, World Trade Center's on fire. And then you read underneath where it says plane hits the World Trade Center, and you're like, what?
Right.
And then another one hits it.
Yep.
It was.
Well, when I saw the
amazing.
second one go, I knew it wasn't an accident. And everybody on the bus with me, not all of them had, radios with them. I was listening to my, combination radio, CD Walkman thing, Discman.
Yeah.
And not many people had their radio. So I'm narrating this in real time to the rest of the express bus passengers. And when the second one went, that's when everybody on the bus started freaking the hell out. They lost their shit, rightfully so. Yeah.
Well,
So, not fun.
No, it wasn't. And it was kind of funny because when I got back to the office, we all hung out waiting to see what was going to happen. Because, we were supposed to get off at 4 o'clock, and 4 o'clock came and went. About 5:30, they said, stand up a thing called a unit control center where you're doing reports, real-time reports about what's really happening. And we had practiced, we have exercises, and everybody else practice, when the exercise is going to be. So you set up shifts and everything. Our section commander wouldn't let us do that. So when they said stand up the UCCs, I went, okay, you and you go home, be back at midnight. You start doing this. Somebody call up Wing UCC and say we're stood up. We called the Wing UCC and they said, and we said we're stood up, and they said don't call us yet. We're not ready. We were stood up by 5 o'clock. Wing UCC was stood up by 7. And the really eerie thing about that was when I got off at midnight, I went home, came back at 8, and I was on Spangdahlem. Bitburg is another base. It's about 15 miles away. The next day, when I went to work, I was not allowed to drive my car. I had to catch a bus. And the great thing was they said, you got to catch the bus. Don't wear your uniform top on the bus. Wear civilian clothes on the bus so that you don't stand out as military. On a dark blue painted Air Force license plate.
Yeah.
We weren't fooling nobody.
Right.
But
Don't
it
put
was
your
scary.
clown makeup on, but jump in the clown car.
Yeah. It was scary times, man.
Meanwhile, Canada's just sitting there going, hey, what's going on now?
I'll have another beer.
Yeah, pass me another beer. Sorry, it was sad, but yeah.
See, there goes Gilly apologizing again.
Yeah, these Canadians, they always apologize. Gilly was celebrating his exchange rates being better than ever.
Right?
Oh,
That didn't last.
Speaking of exchange rates,
Yeah.
Turkey, the United States, by deploying to Turkey, destroyed the Turkish economy.
How so?
When I first went to Turkey,
They were
exchange
pumping
rate.
so much shit in there. Oh my God, they just destroyed it.
Well, no, it was
Couldn't believe it.
the TL rate was 1,200 lira to the dollar.
Yeah.
At one point, it was more than 1 million TL to the dollar.
Oof.
Yeah. Want to be a millionaire? Go downtown, spend $3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those exchange rates are fickle things. Like right now, Japan, the exchange rate is very favorable. If me and the wife took our, trip to Japan, I've been dying to take forever. However, the airfare to get there is like double what it was a couple years ago. So, double-edged sword there.
Ian, don't believe those movies you watch. It's not real.
What, Japan?
Yeah.
But I was planning on meeting Godzilla.
And Mothman.
You're saying he's not going to be there to greet me at the airport? I just want to find that vending machine that makes fresh pizza.
Yeah.
I want to do a whole bunch of mukbang videos in Japan of just me eating everything from every vending machine in the country.
Go to the McDonald's that brings your food down on the conveyor belt.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of pizza, hey, Buck. Bridgeford pepperoni pizza with cheese and sauce. Shelf-stable pepperoni pizza.
What year is it?
Oh, it's recent. I just got them like a year or two ago.
Oh, yeah, you're going to do a video on that. When are you going to do that?
I'm going to do a video. I was planning, I was talking to my old neighbor in Jersey, so I have 3 of these. What I'm going to do is I'm going to heat one up in the pack in like boiling water. I'm going to open another one, cut it in half, and heat half of it in a toaster oven. And that way I'll eat one half that was cooked in a toaster oven, one half that has just not been touched, just out of the package, and then the one boiled in the package to heat it up, and see how quick I throw up on camera on YouTube. I'm not sure if that's against the terms of service.
If you're going to cook it in the package and using boiling water, you got to do it right. You got to use the heating element.
Yeah, you got to get the little heating element.
These did not come with ration heaters.
Oh, that's no fun. And
yeah,
the bad thing about those heating elements is that, and it became a serious offense. Like we're talking fines and losing stripes and everything. Making what was known as an MRE bomb.
Yeah.
Oh, I already can picture what you're talking about.
Well, you take the heating element and you put it in a liter water bottle with no water in it, because as soon as you put water on it, it starts heating.
Yeah.
And off-gassing. You throw some water in there, you tighten the top on it, and you throw the damn thing, and eventually it will explode.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
And if I remember right, if you really want to have fun, the gas that is off-gassing is hydrogen.
Oh, boy.
So that became an Article 15 punishable offense.
Yeah, it sounds like a fun night in the brig, followed by a court martial.
Yep. Let me see. Sir?
I'm peeling masking tape off of little bits of stowage.
I thought maybe you might be hanging out with Hulk.
No. Exerting myself in solitude in the basement. Honey, why are you down there making growling noises? Nothing. Never mind. Leave me alone.
Go back to
business.
bed.
Yeah. Don't the dogs need to go potty?
Meanwhile, he's watching something from Japan.
Why don't you shut up, get in the kitchen, and heat me up an MRE pizza, woman? That'd go over like a lead balloon.
Everything you've told us about how afraid you are of her, wouldn't that be followed by...
Yeah.
No, wouldn't that be followed by this?
Well, no, she wouldn't literally slap me or anything, but
no,
I would regret
use a pan.
She would find a blunt object.
You just hear thunk,
doing,
followed by boom.
What we would hear is, guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a good approximation of the sound of my head hitting a countertop. There we go.
And
Okay.
her on the phone saying, "I need to borrow a shovel."
Yeah. Calling up the Canadian serial killer, being like, "What do I do with
Siri,
this body?
Where's a good place to bury a body?"
Oh, geez.
So these instructions are kind of interesting here. It says for lining the facades. By the way, I've switched over to the diorama. I don't feel like blowing paint. I'm cleaning the brush because I found out it was dirty. My talon. But it says for lining the facades.
You don't clean your airbrush before you put it out?
I thought I did. But it says need a cutting mat, sharp utility knife, a ruler, and a pencil. And of course, the paper.
Clean his airbrush.
The paper is an afterthought.
It's a good thing you don't get paid to think, but oh wait.
I don't.
Bro.
I don't get paid to think.
I don't get paid to think.
Now we know why the Army pays $500 for a hammer.
Yeah.
Buck ordered it.
Actually, Donnie, in what was it?
Ma'am?
Independence Day.
Oh.
I am pretty sure that shit is true.
Oh yeah, when they're in the bunker.
No, what I'm talking about is when they are talking about the $300 hammer.
Yeah, when he's down in the bunker. Yeah.
Although some of that shit is true because I know that there are some Tridair fasteners that are like $30 a screw. No, Ian, not that kind.
You're thinking about Japan again.
Excuse me. Pardon me, I'm pooping over here. Leave me alone. Thank you. Appreciate some privacy once in a while. All right.
I
Oh,
like
more.
some privacy in the privy.
Didn't somebody talk to you about pooping on the stream, Ian?
Well, I don't. They've replaced my regular coffee with Folgers Instant. Ergo, they were out of Miller Lite at the liquor store, and I ended up with Budweiser. I'm a little gassy tonight. I'm trying to hide it, but it's really hard letting them out quiet.
Might be that.
I don't think the Germans are here tonight. You're okay.
Oh, the paint fumes never make me cough, but what just happened here was, no bueno.
No bueno.
Dear God.
Okay, BRB.
That almost did me in,
that
fellas.
Ian is using chemical weapons on himself.
Oh my God, if that wasn't a WMD, I don't know what was, man. President Bush is coming for me. Woof. Oh. Ooh, I got chills. That was a little rough. All right, I need the paint, the shovel, and the hammer and the axe. Gil knows what these are. He uses them daily. But they haven't caught him yet.
Give him time.
The authorities are clueless. You're safe for now, Gil. A wee bit of paint. I don't know how many years I've had this same damn jar of Tamiya metallic gray or gunmetal. I can't kill this jar of paint.
Don't try to kill it.
Well, I mean, use it up. Because it's so hard to unscrew the cap now because it's got so much goop on the threads. I'm just like, can I just get a new jar of paint finally?
That's another reason I don't like those jars.
Yeah, the caps do get gummed up in the threads, and if you're not careful.
Well, you have to get a little paint out. That takes 10 seconds, and then you spend 2 minutes wiping the lid off and everything before you put it back on so you can get it off the next time.
All right, yeah, you have a lot of anger in you. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to fear. Or fear leads to the dark side. What was it? How did it go again?
That's why I will never be a Jedi.
No. Ian, I posted.
Much anger in this one.
I believe I posted it this morning.
Friday that's why it came to mind.
Do what?
Saturday leads to Sunday. Sunday leads to Monday. Monday leads to suffering.
No, Monday doesn't lead to suffering. Monday is suffering.
Tomato,
well, Sunday
tomato.
leads to Monday. Okay, looks like a shovel. Smells like a shovel. All right, good enough for me.
Must
Does
be a
it crack
We
rag.
don't
like
have
a
high
shovel?
standards. There we go. It screams like a victim. If it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, and smells like a duck when you're cooking, it's a duck.
No. Looks like duck, walks like a duck, talks like a duck. Facebook.
Oh yeah, fact checks
it. Squirrel.
That was a good one. If it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, Donnie's killed it.
Possibly.
Them Tennessee boys will eat anything as long as you barbecue it.
Hey, Georgia ain't far behind.
No, not really. Yeah, no, we got. Yeah, well, the barbecue game is strong in Georgia, but that's a very touchy subject with some people from other southern states. They're like, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, Texas. I'm like, oh my God, where did I move? It's all good. And they're like, you're an asshole. This is the best. I'm like, I don't know. I really like the Tennessee stuff. I also really like the Texas and the Georgia and the Carolina stuff. I'm like, I'm not, but Data, you do it wrong. I'm like, I don't know. How fat am I? I'm eating the barbecue everywhere.
It's barbecue.
I'm like, I don't think there's any wrong barbecue. There's just the barbecue you prefer. And that kind of shuts people up a lot of times if a barbecue argument ever breaks out around me.
Tell the truth, Ian. How often do arguments break out around you?
Around barbecue?
No.
Not frequently. Just arguments?
In general. No, how
often
often do arguments break out around you in general?
Surprisingly, very, very few. Very rare.
And of those, how many do you start?
Oh, most of them. I didn't start them. They just might have been my fault that they occurred. I don't necessarily start the argument. I just trigger it. There's a difference. It's very subtle, but important to know.
So you're an instigator.
I'm not an instigator. I'm just a screw-up that causes the argument to need to exist.
He's a wandering place where an argument occurred.
But then when the argument happens, I'm determined to win. But I know the odds are slim on that one. So, get that going. Oh, my Belt Gizmo's battery it's not cycling the colors anymore. They're just kind of static. I'm going to turn you off. I don't want to do any damage to the Arduino in that thing. I love that.
You said a while ago it was going dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was, but I turned it back on after the battery rested because I figured I could get a little more chooch out of it. And it did chooch for a little while. It chooched a bit more, and now it's officially off duty for the rest of the night until I throw another battery in there.
So you're saying the battery was just tired a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Let's see. I'm trying to get a purchase on this little wrenchy doodad. That'll do.
Sounds like Scarface going on there.
Okay.
How do you know it's okay?
I think I'm done painting. I think I'm done painting stowage.
No, you're not.
I mean, well, not done, but I mean with primer. Oh no, I got this thing to paint. Summoner. All right. Paint. More paint.
Simma.
Donnie, how you doing on there, bro? On the Enterprise, you drilling holes in it?
Yeah. Got to put the light somewhere.
What is that? A rechargeable rotary tool?
Yeah.
What is that? Like a Chicago Electric?
No, it's hyper tough.
Oh, that's the Walmart one.
Yeah. Hey, this thing is great though. I paid like $29 for it. I've had it for I don't know how many years.
Well, we got this thing to grind down the dog's fingernails, paw nails, just nails, and it was pretty cheap. It was like $30 also. And the dogs hate the noise of the Dremel tool. So now I have a battery-powered Dremel for the workbench, but it's actually for grinding down dog claws. I've nicknamed it Dewclaw.
Well, the vet gave me a good hint on doing that. Don't put a bit in the Dremel tool, turn it on, and just lay it in the floor in front of the dog, and he will eventually get used to it, and from then on, it's no problem.
Don't tell my wife that. I want to keep this on my workbench. It's a subsidized tool, paid for with house money instead of my money.
Huh. They didn't mold in the lights on the bottom of the saucer.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, they're not there.
That's an egregious sin.
Right?
So they didn't even put mold dots, like bumps
No,
or nothing?
there's nothing. There should be a light right there.
It's just like completely do it yourself. Figure it
there's
out.
just nothing.
Huh.
I guess if it's the bottom, nobody will know.
Well, close enough is good enough for them sometimes, you know?
So, Ian,
Yeah.
you want to see an egregious sin? The bottle
What's
of
that?
Guinness that I just set down on the table.
Guinness?
I was about to say, don't show us your high school yearbook photos, please.
No,
Did someone say
So
Guinness?
Guinness.
Yeah, you're
So
talking.
The 12. Well, here's the thing: the 12-pack of Guinness has cost 15 something for a long time.
It sounds
So
about
here's
right.
inflation. Well, here's inflation. How much is in this bottle?
11.2 ounces.
Why did they make the bottle smaller?
Because it's in milliliters, genius. They've always been smaller.
No, they
How many
haven't.
milliliters is it? 375 or?
It's less than 333. I know that. 'Cause
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
333 12 ounces.
most of the German imported beers that I buy are usually 11 point something ounces and not 12 ounces because they're bottled in metric, and metric doesn't bottle in metric figures that equal exactly 12 ounces. So quite frequently, if you get German beer that's imported, it'll not be 12 ounces. It'll be like 11 point something. I'm kind of used to that, actually.
Well, hang on.
Are you sure you have gotten 12-ounce Guinnesses before? Because if you did, they were probably bottled in the U.S.
I could have sworn I had.
Could have sworn. That's what happens when you guys get old. My dad says that all the time. I could have sworn. Could have sworn that's how it worked. I could have sworn. Yeah, could have sworn is the first words of senility. That's the first flag of warning. Could have
That's
sworn.
it, Ian. Ian, I cuss you, man.
Yeah, I got you. You
Hey,
watch out. I got you.
440 milliliters.
So what?
Well,
Yours is
how many
449?
ounces, Gil?
440 milliliters.
Yeah, but does it have an ounces as well?
I'll let you figure that out.
Oh my God! You want me to Google that? Come on. That's probably the equivalent of a pint. That's probably the closer to 16.
That's 14.8 ounces.
That's 14. Yeah.
Yeah, 14.8. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying is if it's bottled in metric, they're not trying to hit a pint. You know, they're not trying to hit 12 ounces. They're hitting whatever milliliters they want to bottle in, and it's always a little bit less than than an imperial measured beer. All right. Last piece of gunmetal painted. Okay.
Painted right.
Close enough. Close enough for government work. She's a 2-footer, remember?
Yeah. So I got a question for you. I'm just going to throw this out there and see if anybody knows the answer. How long does it take to pour a Hefeweizen?
A what?
A Hefeweizen, the type of German beer.
Yeah, wheat beer.
Twice as long as it takes to pour a HOBBIES.
Yeah, give me a time figure.
5 seconds.
Oh no.
Okay, what's a Hefeweizen?
Hefeweizen. It's a German wheat beer.
Yes.
Usually with a hint of citrus.
Don't they all have citrus?
No.
To pour a Hefeweizen correctly, it takes 7 minutes.
What?
Wow.
Yep.
We have
Because part of it-
Oktoberfest in Germany, in little Germany here in Georgia. There's a little town called something, I forget, Helen, Georgia. And it's like the town was designed by Epcot designers for making like Disney Germany. And I've had a Hefeweizen come out of that beer tap in about, I don't know, 3 seconds flat, and it was perfectly good.
Well, you're not supposed to get it out of a tap. You're supposed to get it out of a bottle.
Yeah.
And it takes 7 minutes because that's how much carbonation is in there. You know, you very slowly pour it, and then the last about, I don't know, about this much in the bottom of the bottle, they'll roll it back and forth on the bar to get the head on it.
Well, that's also potentially a German thing. And in Europe, they don't chill beer as cold as we do in the States.
Right.
No.
Much warmer beer, which means the carbon dioxide separates from its liquid stasis a lot more readily. Hence, you get a lot more head for the same amount of agitation as you would here. But in the U.S., we're efficient
I've always
drinkers.
found that agitation decreases the amount of head you get, but you know.
Okay, Donnie's on a burner.
Well, I'm just
Hey,
saying.
Masa, how's it going?
Hey, Masa, Eric's not here to butcher your name.
Quickest way to get through stowage: spray, wash, dry brush.
Right.
Yes, I'm just trying to get over the hump here, but I think they're turning out okay. I like
think
the khaki.
Ian's going to use the spray glue done technique.
Yeah, no, it's a spray and then blue tack and then done.
You're not going to highlight and wash? Come on.
No, I'm gonna do that. I gotta clear everything now. Just waiting for my my other gunmetal to dry. Here, products are getting smaller on a lot of food. Yeah, it's called shrinkflation, Tiger.
Inflation, yeah.
Shrinkflation. My dad's been complaining about that since like the late 80s. When a can of tuna fish went from like 6 ounces to 5 ounces, he practically started a riot at the supermarket.
My grandfather, before he passed away, refused to pay more than 2 cents a pound for a watermelon. When watermelon went to 4 cents a pound in Oregon, he was pissed.
That's an unusual hill to die on, but I understand.
You know, I'm learning there are remarkably few pictures of the bottom of this freaking ship on Google.
It's because that movie was
Less
divisive.
than spectacular.
Yeah, we could. I mean, listen. Honestly, I could watch JJ Star Trek, no problem. If you put on 2016 Ghostbusters, I'm leaving the room.
Well, see, I sat down and started watching it, and it was pretty cool up until the point when Kirk and McCoy got on the shuttle and were flying up to the Enterprise for the first time. And you know, Kirk always called McCoy Bones because Kirk was a Wild West fan. He loved everything about the Old West, and doctors in the Old West were called Sawbones. So he called McCoy Bones.
Yeah.
In the J.J. Abrams movie, they're talking on the way up to the ship, and Bones was telling that he got divorced and his wife took everything but his bones.
Yeah, I know they trampled the canon. They trampled the canon. I agree with you.
Well, changing the canon, okay, fine. You know, you want to reboot it, that's fine. But that is the lamest. You know.
Well, that being said, Donnie, I try to avoid conversations on divisive reboots that have no respect for canon,
Wait, Ian, this is the one argument that you refuse to get into?
You know, there's a few things I try to avoid. Obviously, religion, politics, and then canon debasing debacles of movie rewrites. So, I mean, honestly, between the JJ Star Treks and the sequel trilogy, Star Wars and Ghostbusters 2016, God knows, like 90% of things made in the last like 5 or 6 years, there's a lot of potential conflict there. And yeah, Donnie, I agree with you. Those movies trampled canon, disrespected it, made it too silly, they just made it too non-serious, like Star Trek. They weren't Star Trek-y. I enjoyed the movies, though. I enjoyed them. But if I tried to put them into some sort of continuity with all the Star Trek I know and love, you know, movies 1 through 6, The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, I guess. They're a different universe entirely. And that's the excuse they use, is like, well, this is an alternate universe. This is an alternate timeline.
Well, I can deal with that. If
it's lazy writing.
Reboot, you do a reboot, but make it a good.
Yeah.
You know?
But, yeah, I agree with you, though. It's very lazy writing. When they say, well, this is an alternate timeline, this is the excuse they made for Ghostbusters 2016. As you can tell, I'm a pretty big Ghostbusters fan.
Sony made for all of their terrible X-Men movies.
That too. Although some of those X-Men movies were still enjoyable, mostly, somewhat, partially. I think the Wolverine movies were the better of...
The Wolverine movies were okay.
Yeah, they were okay. And then the X-Men First Class timeline, I was up and down on them a little bit, but they were pretty good.
I just completely quit watching them when they got to the one with when Jean turns into the Phoenix.
Oh, yeah, that was, oh, God, what a poop show.
Well, you know, in the original story, there was an alien from another universe possessed her and she turned into the Phoenix. In the movie, she just got really mad and turned into the Phoenix.
And she turned in, yeah.
What?
Yeah. No, I get it. Listen, we're subjected to the whims of corporate, you know. Listen, it was corporate money grubbing from the studios in the 80s and the 90s when they made all the stuff we loved. But now it's like corporate money grubbing from the studios.
Corporate money grubbing.
Yeah, we don't like the new corporate money grubbing. We want our old corporate money grubbing.
Exactly.
See, and Ian, you just hit on something that I was going to say. Because the old Star Trek, the original series cast Star Trek movies, the JJ Star Trek, I'll tell you what, in another 20, 30 years, people are going to be like, that's not a bad movie. Never was a bad movie. In 1986, I hated the Save the Whales Star Trek.
I love that movie now. It's so campy. It's so campy. I agree with you on your point.
In 86, I was I don't know how old you were.
I was 7.
Okay.
I was 7.
I was 23.
Yeah, no, I could see how that would trigger you.
Yeah, it was like, or not 23, I was 21, but still, it's like, really?
Yeah, but
I'll tell you
the
right
thing
now,
is,
in 87, when The Next Generation came out, I hated it. I absolutely hated The Next Generation. Because my opinion was, and a lot of us that are of my age, was that it's gonna kill Star Trek. And nowadays, I kind of like Next Generation.
No, yeah, exactly. Next Generation is good. The difference being Next Generation, the difference between Next Generation and some of the newer TV series, if they want to call them TV series that they're making,
Discovery?
Next Generation tried to, don't trigger me, bud. Next Generation tried to maintain the continuity of the basic premise of Star Trek, of this is now a peaceful society, money-free, drama-free for the most part, kind of, Rings of Power. Lemur, you just lit a stick of TNT on that chat potentially, but hopefully everyone else is like-minded. Yeah, I'm not getting into that one. But the Next Generation was jarring at first for original Star Trek fans, but it maintained Roddenberry's original, concept, but with new characters, a new cast, a new ship. It upped the game, obviously, on the special effects and the things like that. But that's the thing. Next Generation is later accepted by original Star Trek fans because it's canon. It respects canon. It calls back to canon. It keeps the continuity intact. The new stuff just said, screw continuity, screw canon. We don't care. We're doing what we want. Political motivations or whatever it is going to be our primary driving factor in how we write the show. And that's not what people want. When people watch TV and fantasy and sci-fi, they want an escape from reality. They don't want it jammed down their throat even more. If they want reality, they could watch news. If they watch Star Trek, they want an escape from their normal life. They want an escape from the news cycle. They want an escape from modern issues. They want to relax.
It's called science fiction.
Yeah, exactly. So same thing with obviously Rings of Power and many other things that have been made. Now it's kind of like back then it was, the exception to the norm that something was horrible and divisive. And now it's like the exception from the norm that something is not, jarring and divisive and anger inducing for groups of people. So it's a little frustrating to be a sci-fi fantasy pop culture geek model, whatever nerd. It's a little troublesome. However, I do have a collection of hundreds and hundreds of DVDs and Blu-rays and other things that I could rely upon to, I guess, as some would say, go back into my echo chamber of the old days, which I consider to be like the 90s and the late 80s and the mid 80s, and just but whatever. Stay in your bubbles. Everyone says, oh, you're in a bubble. I like my bubble. I'll stay in my bubble. Good with my bubble. Here's my bubble. Mini Puffs. These are the exclusive. These are the exclusive burnt Mini Puffs that came with my HasLab Proton Pack, and they're flipping adorable, aren't they? Look at that. Look, this one looks like Buck. No,
put a Goofy hat on him.
I would have to There's Donnie. So that one's Donnie. This one's Buck. And that one, I guess that's Gilly because it's Canadian. They put something in the water supply there so everyone seems like extra friendly. But he's really just completely. He's like, I'm going to chop your body into little pieces and cook you up like strips of bacon. You're gonna be delicious. Oh yeah, no one will miss you. And when they interview me, I'll be so nice. The police will be like, this guy couldn't have possibly eaten that person. Eh? Friend? Oh, eh? Oh, I don't know what you're talking about there.
That is awesome.
Oh, no. And they're all drunk. They keep falling over. So they must be Irish. There we go. Love my mini puffs. Things are awesome.
They're cute.
They are adorable. They want you to hang them off the proton pack, though. Like, their little hands are supposed to, like, grab on to the tubes on the proton pack so they can hang off, like, on the movie. But it just looks silly.
Well, keep them off to the side. They're cute.
Yeah, they're new permanent, workbench decorations. Along with, I brought the Ghostbusters light over here.
Kind of like my cat.
Your cat? Oh yeah, the little Japanese good luck cat.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay, hold on. What the hell is Buck doing? What are you building?
I said I'm working on the Dio now.
Oh, the diorama?
No,
Diorama?
The what? Ian, say that again.
The New York accident.
Diorama.
His New York accident
Diorama?
suddenly came out.
The diorama? The diorama?
Diorama.
All right, whatever. Go ahead.
Your
Make
New
fun of
York
my accent.
accident keeps coming through.
We're not laughing at you. We're laughing with you.
With you.
Yeah,
No,
you are.
no. I'm not laughing
Spirit
with you.
of gelatine coming through. Gelatin. Lemur, gelatin. Taking yeah. Lemur's making some good points there. Lemur, I need another Budweiser.
Lucky Cat has been on my bench for 9 years.
And his arm is killing him.
He's been stuck with you for 9 years?
Yep, poor guy.
Poor thing.
Lucky Cat has arthritis in his shoulder blade by now.
Tiny Batman and Unpainted Bane have been with me for at least 3. And then this Goofy is like the newest addition. Need more coffee. That's right. It's the wrong time of the day over there.
Yeah, Lemur needs a hit of Coke to stay awake at this point. I don't know what's going on over there. I meant Coca-Cola, by the way.
Uh-huh.
Mr. YouTube censors. Donnie, that saucer section's looking nice.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I've really added to it is holes.
Yeah, well, you make nice holes, buddy.
Thank you.
They're not taking advantage of all your skills at work there.
I spent most of my time carving these little slots out in the side of that.
Oh, that looks tedious. They came out great, but dear God.
So are you putting lights in there?
Well, yeah.
Okay. I was going to say, if you
I just thought I'd carve it out.
Okay. I mean, you never know. You could have, you could be channeling your inner Ian.
Could be.
Just keep.
You're welcome, Ian.
Keep digging. Yeah, I would expect no less from you, sir. I'm here to be the Hobby Time Modeler's circus monkey.
Sometimes
No,
Ian, you're smarter
that's
than you
Eric.
look.
Well, in Eric's absence, I definitely have to play the role.
Well, since you volunteered.
Yeah, apparently so. That's okay. That's okay. That's why we have the host of the dumbest modeling channel on all of YouTube here. I have the occasional small victory, but otherwise I am a complete hapless imbecile. Where are we going here? More blue tack. I should get this on subscribe and save at this point.
Ian, in times like that, there's just one thing you have to remember. You're our hapless imbecile.
Bless indeed. Thank you very much. I appreciate. Oh my God! Another Budweiser fart just came out. I'm dying over here. Sorry, everybody. Just me over here choking on my own death smell. Oh my God.
That's too funny.
Oh.
I'm just waiting to see what the Germans have to say to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I didn't burp on screen on camera, so I don't know how they feel about farting. They eat a lot of schnitzel over there and cabbage and stuff. So I mean, the Germans are probably a gassy people from what I see of their diets at Oktoberfest.
But do they accept it in YouTube videos? That's the question.
I have no idea. We'll find out if any of them
You know,
are
as
watching.
much beer as they drink, I'm sure they burp a lot, but you know.
They don't do it out in person or on camera or any of that. Oh, 3 p.m. siesta. Enjoy, Lemur. Have a nice nap.
Actually, Donnie, you would be surprised at how little Germans will barf.
I didn't say barf. I said burp.
Oh, burp. Okay. I thought you said barf.
No.
No human is immune from intestinal gas.
Right.
Even Canadians burp. They just do it with a Canadian accent. Eh?
Hey.
No. Ian, get it right. It'd be, hey, sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Low-hanging fruit right there. Right. Sorry, Gilly.
Gilly's like,
true.
motherfuckers.
Yeah.
He's like, he said that, and under his breath, he also goes, yeah, that's totally true. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
I remember a New Year's Eve when I was in Germany and single and a lot younger. I drank about a half a case of Bitburger before we went out drinking.
You drank a
Pre-gaming.
burger?
Bitburger.
It's a good
kind
beer.
of
Oh, you
beer.
drank a bit of a burger.
Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
that too. And so, Ian, you know what Bitburger is?
Yeah, I've had some. It's pretty good.
Do you know what Bitburger mortar shells are?
Mortar shells? Is it anything like an Irish car bomb?
No.
That's
On
not where
base, we
you
would call them-
you drop a shot glass of Jameson into a glass of Guinness.
No.
Oh, those are fun.
Bitburger comes in two types of bottles. You got the Stubbies, which are the 0.33 milliliter or 333 milliliter, and you got the mortar shells, which are half a liter.
Okay.
We were drinking mortar shells.
Uh-huh.
It was. I will tell you, it was a rough night.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
What size are these? What's 16 ounces in milliliters?
I don't know. Ask
Ask
Gilly.
Google.
He's the metric guy.
100 and...
Come on.
16 ounces to
Oh,
I would
God,
Google
I'll
it, but
Google
I'm
it.
busy trimming LEDs right now.
1,000.
That was also the night of my most awkward experience in Germany.
This can is 473.176 milliliters.
So it's almost a mortar shell.
Almost a mortar shell. It's a 16-ounce Budweiser.
But my most
And probably
awkward,
about the same strength.
No.
As a
No.
Bitburgers, I think, are what, 5.2%?
Something like that.
Bud's 5%. It's but it's
But,
way this makes way worse farts.
But my worst or my most awkward experience in Germany was when I met a World War II veteran with one arm. A German World War II veteran with one arm.
Oh, yeah, that's extra salty.
Yeah, that was a little bit awkward, especially when we were talking and he knew I was in the Air Force. I was like, yeah. But he wasn't upset.
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
Oops.
It was awkward for me.
I have a hard time seeing you talk yourself into a bad situation, Buck.
I didn't talk myself into one.
So, we've been talking very little modeling right now for a while. Has anybody tried the Mr. Hobby glass jarred clear coats?
No.
Nope.
So I know a few. Well, Donnie in particular, you like buying or Gil. You like buying the giant rattle cans of clear coat from Walmart or whatever it is.
I got some here.
Yeah. So
I have some
honestly, this is nearly as economical because if you get the little glass jars of the Mr. Hobby clear. Yeah, that stuff. Yeah, right there, Gil.
Mr. Hobby GX Super Clear.
Yeah, and then cut them, 1.5 or 2 to 1 with the Mr. Color leveling thinner. You get a lot of distance out of this.
You mix that with that, and then you got tons of it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, well, I
use this for flat.
I use the Mr. Color leveling thinner. I use the Mr. Color thinner to clean my airbrush after using the Mr. Color clear, but this is what I actually thin my clear with is the Mr. Color leveling thinner.
Either you can use both.
Yeah, the Mr. Color leveling.
You can use that in Tamiya too, can't you?
You can put it in Tamiya acrylic, as well. Yes, and it works. It works amazingly well. They call it unicorn tears.
Yeah.
The leveling thinner, because it is so damn magical at everything it does. But yeah, I started using this, and honestly, I've not touched my rattle cans for a while now.
I just use the rattle cans for the gloss.
Also use this for masking.
Yeah, I have that stuff too. That's good. That's good liquid mask.
This shit's never dried. I had it forever.
I used the Vallejo liquid mask.
I never tried Vallejo liquid mask.
We were talking about
my first bottle of that stuff turned
Chester's
solid.
glue. There's my glue.
Testers?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Plastic cement glue.
I've never tried
Gilly,
that one.
Gilly, the Modeling History Museum called. They want their glue back.
Yeah, right. Put it this way, you don't want to open
Hey, I
it.
still have some of the Testors red tube glue around here somewhere.
Yeah, I still got those too. Got the blue.
Mostly I just use Tamiya airbrush cleaner now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look, Buck still has it, the mint and package.
Well, you can still buy those here at like Hobby Lobby and stuff.
Yeah, you can get them here at Hobby Lobby.
If you use Tester's red tube at all, buy it now.
Yeah. My
I've
hobby
heard that,
shop
like,
guy told
all
me.
good things,
Is it going away
it's
too?
intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that stuff's going away. I just picked up a couple bottles of whatchamacallit glue. Where is it? Oh, I got some of this stuff the other day because I wanted a slower drying plastic cement for building the 350 scale Enterprise for like gluing the saucer together. Wanted something that didn't evaporate as quick as Tamiya Extra Thin. I got a couple of these guys at Hobbytown
I've
USA.
never tried the Mr. Cement.
Well, this is the thicker, like not as rapidly evaporating, but it's the same as, any other,
Is it kind of
plastic
like
melting.
the Tamiya with the orange top?
No, yeah, it's a little thinner than Tamiya Orange Top. It melts a little more aggressively than Orange Top Tamiya, and it evaporates a little more quickly than Tamiya Orange Top, but it evaporates slower than Tamiya Extra Thin.
So
So
it's kind of in between.
if you're trying to do a huge seam and get all good paint on there and then put them together while they're still somewhat wet, this is better than Extra Thin, but not quite as good as Orange Tamiya Cement, which I also have. But for doing the 350 saucer, it's like, you need all the help you can get for that sucker.
I usually
thing's a
put the
nightmare.
pieces together and then put the Extra Thin on.
Well, yeah, that's an option too, but if you've already painted them, you don't want to do that.
Well, and Ian,
That's
honestly,
why I
I
paint
would
it last.
suggest for that saucer, you use this.
Yeah, I would probably get the Revell tube of contactor.
Oh, that's good contact.
Contactor?
Contactor from Revell but they were out of stock when I was at Hobbytown, so I couldn't get it. And ordering it on Amazon, like glue that's $4 at Hobbytown is like $12 on Amazon because it's glue. Same thing with paint. That's the thing with Amazon. If you try to buy hobby paints or anything on there, it's horribly jacked up on Amazon. Like
You just have to look around.
Hey,
It's
I'll
bad.
post this guy in. Are you guys having trouble getting all that stuff?
Getting what?
Well, it depends. What are you having trouble getting? Like,
No, he's just saying the price is too high.
Yeah, Gil, it varies from month to month what's in shortage as far as hobby finishing products are concerned, whether it's glue or paint. It's a rolling cycle of shortages. So, like, there won't be any Tamiya coming into the hobby shop for like 3 or 4 months, and then they'll get a big pile of it, and then it's gone for, then it's there for a month, and then it's gone for another 2 or 3 months. It's just this constant cycle of in stock, out of stock.
We don't have that problem up here in Canada.
Yeah, no, you have a
Like
better.
we got
imports.
a constant supply of Revell, Tamiya, all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's because they know that if they run out, it'll take 6 months to get through the snowstorm.
Right.
Well, there's nowhere around where I live to buy that stuff anyway. I have to buy it online. So
I'll post a guy on Discord here, and I'll get him to join, and he'll look after you.
Black cement. Oh, I have that black cement, Lima Crazy. Right here. The purpose of the black cement, Lemur, is it works exactly like any other like Tamiya Extra Thin or Mr. Hobby cement, but because of the color, it shows you
it's
where
the
you've put the glue.
Thing, just different color and label.
No, it lets you know you've gotten the glue in that area. It's kind of there as a marking fluid that you've put glue in the spot, which is pretty cool. I don't use it a lot, but it is pretty cool. Like if you're building a Gundam kit and you're gluing it together and it's a white or whatever plastic, you're going to paint it anyway. You put this in there, you know you got glue there. So it's kind of cool. It's just black dye in basically, to me, extra thin. That's all it is. Gilly was like whispering sort of slightly aggressive things for a minute there. I didn't hear him over my own enormously, obnoxiously loud voice. So I missed any insults you potentially threw at me that I deserve.
No, it wasn't about you. It was about the product.
What, the Mr.
I think he
Hobbies
was
black
trying to say it
cement?
was racist.
Yeah.
No, it's just got it's like when people get the squid ink Whopper in Japan. It's the same thing as a Whopper. It's just a black bun that they put some food coloring in.
Right?
It's all tastes just as shitty as a regular Whopper. It's just a different color.
Good
Sith
thing Eric's
glue.
not here. He loves Whoppers.
I like a Whopper every now and then, but they're horrible. But I still go out and buy one and enjoy it somehow.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of the worst burgers you could ever buy. I just somehow every now and then, once or twice a year, I find myself at Burger King getting a Whopper.
Gross. I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, me neither.
Disgusting.
That just kills me.
I know. My wife agrees with all of you on that one. It's nasty. Some nasty stuff.
But yet they still stay in business.
Yeah. Well, it's the Burger King, you know?
Okay, let me find something heavy to set on this.
Mm.
Still, the flyer should be heavy enough to hold that thing down. I like that. Sith glue. Ian has Sith glue.
Indeed. Mm. I'm gonna have to clean my laptop screen with Mr. Hobby Thinner soon. Oh,
You're not supposed to hit your laptop with glue.
oh! Now the Mr. Super Flat Clear is just making a cloud of death around me. But I'm like, doesn't smell as bad as my farts, so I'm okay probably. That's my measure for if something's toxic when I'm building models. Is it worse than my farts? If it is, I'm like, I should probably put on a respirator. Okay, is everything clear coated? Yes.
I don't believe it.
I calculated properly, and I have almost none left in the paint cup. A couple drips. There we go. Now we've got to clear this Mr. Hobby Super Clear out of the airbrush, which is a little more work than cleaning out Tamiya acrylic because we got to use this stuff now, or lacquer thinner in general. Time for another pipette to meet its maker.
You know, Ian, you don't have to send it back to the factory. You can just throw it away.
Yeah.
Ho, 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 ho. Was that a good goofy laugh?
No, not at all.
That was halfway decent, you got to admit.
I don't have to admit anything.
Yeah, you're a government employee. Deny everything. Zero accountability.
Never volunteer.
Exactly. Okay.
Our lead analyst today said that she volunteered for something. I told her, you're never supposed to volunteer.
Nope.
Ever.
You're asking for it if you do.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, since we already have the Mr. Color Thinner out, we might as well clean our needle a little.
Hey, Ian.
I don't think you're supposed to use those kind of chemicals on there.
Huh?
I don't think you're supposed to use that kind of chemical on your needle.
Mr. Color Thinner, there's no problem with doing that on the needle. Oh, geez. I'm not big. I'm not a big lotion guy. Just FYI, you know, the New Yorkers. It's
he prefers
the
Mr. Hobby leveling thinner.
Yeah.
We don't use the lotion. You know, we're all about paint thinner and and Bounty paper towels or something.
Yeah, just level it out.
You know, our idea of lube is, Mr. Clean. If we're being extra gentle, we might get some Snuggle fabric softener in play, but other than that.
By the way, George says never use Alclad.
Never use Alclad? Who said that?
He said he's never used it.
George.
Never used Alclad. Oh, it's yeah, it smells a bit. It smells.
Smells like any other lacquer paint.
Yeah, it smells like any other lacquer. You just you really should do as I say and not as I do, and wear a proper organic vapor respirator. This is what keeps you from breathing in the VOCs. But yeah, it's. I actually think Alclad isn't as offensive as Mr. Hobby lacquer for some reason. I think Alclad adds a little.
You already destroyed your nasal passages.
Alclad adds some powdered sugar or something to their paint. I don't know. It doesn't smell quite as terrible. Our airbrush is now clean. The needle has been thoroughly stroked.
He's got to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay, Kenneth. Have a good day.
See you, Kenneth.
All clean. Who wants to watch, Barbados Rex spend a half an hour cleaning his airbrush? I don't. That's what everybody's being subjected to tonight because of all the painting I'm sort of doing. Okay, she's done.
Don't bend the tip.
Nice and clean. Don't bend the tip. That's what. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of owies that happen. See, I definitely got some paint on the outside of my paint cup there. Some clear. Let me get my paper towel back here. Let's see. go.
Good night, Kenneth.
Yes, good night, Kenneth.
Have a good evening. Enjoy your day tomorrow as much as possible. There we go. Okay. That's one mostly clean airbrush.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's clean enough to survive until we finally give up and throw it in the ultrasonic cleaner at some point.
You go, what?
You just the ultrasonic.
You don't have an ultrasonic cleaner, Gilly?
No, I got one. Just never use it.
I've only used
use
mine a
mine
couple
all the time.
times.
I have to clean my wife's silver jewelry every now and then with it too. It comes in handy for that. I tell you one thing, getting a can crusher down here has saved me so much garbage bag usage. It's amazing.
Just use your forehead.
I'm not from Tennessee, Donnie. I'm not that skilled or thick-headed. I'd injure myself trying to do what you guys do down there, up there.
Well, at least we can say you won't have brain damage.
It won't cause
All
brain
right.
damage.
Yeah.
Damn Branage.
Yeah, that's
Brain
what I
damage.
said.
Well, I have no damn Branage down here.
I don't have no
Here.
damn brain damage down here, boy.
Yeah, exactly. Donnie's uncle was Buford T. Justice in The Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
That wasn't Dukes of Hazzard. That was Smokey and the Bandit.
Train.
Yeah, no, Smokey and the Bandit. Sorry, not Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah, John P. Coltrane. Oh, man. Donnie's dad played Cooter.
Cooter was the best.
The funny thing, Dukes of Hazzard actually was in Georgia. Like, I mean, the show was situated in Hazard County, Georgia, technically. And the movie,
I thought
when
it
they
was
did
Hazard
the movie,
County, Kentucky.
no, it was Georgia because when I'm pretty sure it was Georgia. And then when they did the movie with the guy from Jackass, Johnny Knoxville,
Oh, that was terrible.
it was horrible. It was, but it was almost so bad it was good. You know what I mean? Like Starship Troopers, like so bad it was good.
Right?
Would you like?
Like
to
it was
know
one of
that?
those.
I
It
like
wasn't
Starship
like,
Troopers.
No,
Yeah,
it's pretty
exactly.
cool.
But it was terrible. But it was so bad it was good. Kind of like my hobby channel on YouTube. It's so bad
okay.
that it's good. Yeah, same principle. I am the Starship Troopers of modeling channels.
You got a good channel. Come on.
No, that's my thing though. Is I'm ridiculous and silly and nonsensical, and really serious people are revolted by me.
Right.
But the rest of us
Well,
happy
you-
jackasses may possibly enjoy my self-deprecating, idiotic, bumbling shit show of a modeling channel. Which is kind of the point. It's just like, hey, I don't
Right.
take myself too seriously. I'm going to build this. I'll try, kind of. I'm going to try. But, yeah, I'm going to screw up during the thing and go on diatribes and weird rants. But, it's kind of, now I got to pee. I got excited. Don't let me get too excited like this, guys. This
It says the
Budweiser's causing all
first
sorts
few
of...
episodes were filmed in Georgia. The rest were filmed in California.
Yeah, well, California had a surplus of Dodge Chargers. They would hunt down via helicopter because they kept crashing so many cars. They would fly helicopters around
They
California.
had over 100 General Lees.
Yeah. But they would spot a house and then send a crew to that house to buy the car. And they did it all over California so they can get enough cars because they keep crashing them and breaking their backs. I watch a lot more useless information on YouTube than you. Let's just put it at that. Like a lot more useless info. Like, did you know they scouted in helicopters to find Dodge Chargers in California?
I heard that somewhere.
Yeah, See, Buck has spare time in his hands to soak up useless info like I do.
I don't. I work 10 hours a day.
Well, yeah. Well, Donnie, you really work for a living. Me and Buck sort of, kind of, mostly work for a living.
Simple.
That's...
We're keyboard warriors.
You know, Donnie, all I have to say to you is that's how the Nissan transmission crumbles. Oh, automotive YouTube humor right there, everybody.
Are you trying to blame me for that, Ian?
No, you just paint him. You didn't design the CVT.
Nissan didn't design the CVT. They bought it from somebody.
Yeah, of course they didn't. Yeah, no, but they bought the worst one they could find, apparently. The cheapest.
Exactly. That's the whole point right there.
There's some reason like a Toyota.
The federal government.
Pretty much. That's a valid leap. All right. And my clear coats are drying. Who wants to see a cool toy?
Sure. What do you got?
Oh my god. It's not made out of latex, Buck. Don't get excited.
It is.
No, it's just inflatable.
There is some rubber involved. I don't even know if I can fit this thing in frame. Oh, okay. little heavy.
That's what she said.
That's what she said, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I let somebody else
gosh.
have that one.
It's taking up a lot of space. Hold on. Switch me
Yeah,
on.
but she was laughing when she said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was.
I can't zoom out enough. Oh, my proton pack. Oh, it's so heavy. I got to put it down.
Hey, I watched you unbox that.
This thing is amazing.
I've seen some fat guy unbox that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
He looked like a
he's
little
the same
hobbit,
guy.
too. Yeah. He was a little hobbit.
Oh,
Little fat.
here's just the belly that goes with the proton pack.
We don't want
That
to
was
see
a
your
good video.
belly.
That was a very good video.
Well, thank you. I wish I could have posted my video about the Optimus Prime trailer, but
Yeah, that's too bad, eh?
that
You
went
still could have
sideways
posted
real
the video.
quick. Nah, I'm waiting until I get my replacement trailer, and then full disclosure, I will explain what happened with the first trailer, that it was defective. And I get the second trailer. I got to ship this one out tomorrow. And then when I get my replacement Optimus Prime trailer, knock on Andy's cutting board that it's perfectly good, then I'll do another unboxing video, hopefully showing less of my face. And
Oh,
I
come
will
on.
disclose that it is
you got
the
a pretty
replacement trailer due to a defect in the first one. I don't lie about products. I will never sugarcoat it completely. But I'm waiting
You're
to
not
see how the customer
lying,
service. No.
It's
But
not
I don't want to.
lying.
I don't want to obfuscate either. So I want to be able to explain the entire customer service experience of receiving a defective trailer, getting it replaced, does the replacement work, and then going through the whole thing. So I'm going to redo the entire unboxing video with the second trailer and then explain what happened with the first trailer and how customer service worked and whether or not I'm satisfied with that outcome. Because I'm not beholden to Robeson in any way, shape, or form, but I want to give people an honest and fair assessment. Because there's a lot of people that got bad trailers. There's a lot of people that got bad trailers. There's so many bad trailers. It's not like a thing where people are complaining because they couldn't afford a trailer and they're calling it a piece of junk, or somebody's a millionaire and they ordered 6 of them and 2 of them were bad and like, this is garbage. Like, and with Yelp for restaurants, you know, there's always the people that weren't happy will leave reviews more than the people that were happy. That's like the problem with the world today. The people that were perfectly satisfied with an experience or a product are like 20 times less likely to go out of their way to leave a positive review. But the people that were displeased with a product or service will absolutely go out of their way to flame that thing to no end. Like 0 stars, 1 star. If I could give 0 stars, I would. Those people are way more prevalent. And the people that are going to go, you know, 4 out of 5 stars. I was very pleased with it. It was pretty good. I was pretty happy. You know, something could have been maybe a little better, but overall, very satisfied. This is a solid choice. Those people do not leave their feedback. These people leave their feedback. These people rarely. So I go out of my way to do this when it's deserved, as much or less than this when it's deserved. Because any place could have an off day. Any company can have an off, you know, product. Like, you know, 10,000 people got this and didn't have a problem and you never heard from them again. And then 50 people got a bad one and made it their life's mission to cancel this place by leaving negative reviews. So I'm trying to be fair. So that's why I didn't even post my first video. I went, you know what? No. I'm going to wait. And then I'll give an honest, you know, recalling of the history of my first product that I received that was defective. Not horribly defective, mind you. Just one thing didn't work, but it was a showstopper because the trailer couldn't lift itself off of Optimus Prime's fifth wheel area. So there was no way you could lift the trailer and drive Optimus away to transform, which is one of the key actions I was looking forward to, is have Optimus drive, pulling the trailer, and then have the trailer lift itself, have Optimus Prime drive out, and then have him and the trailer both transform.
Optimus drive.
So,
Autobots, roll out.
Yeah, exactly. But we have mods for the Proton Pack. We have a screen-accurate Ghostbusters 1 ribbon cable. We have colored electrical tape. Neutrona wand. Green hockey tape for the grip. Ghostbusters Afterlife accurate. Yellow Flexo Pet tubing.
I would think a $700 Proton Pack wouldn't need mods.
$400.
Okay,
and
$400.
it's really close. It's really decent for being a toy. But the ribbon cable, this is custom made stuff. Hasbro is not buying, 5 miles of this ribbon cable at $70 for a 32-inch length to build Proton Packs. So they use the next closest thing that was available off the shelf in China, and it looks okay. It looks, passable, but this is the exact stuff. This is an exact replica. And then from Ecto Labs, we have a beautiful set of full decals and dry transfers for the Proton Pack and the Neutrona wand. These guys can do no wrong. Ecto Labs is amazing. They made the kit for the belt gizmo. They did these decals. They make some other fantastic parts. And Hasbro even gives you a set of clean decals, so you could do like an 84 style pack if you want to backdate it or make it clean it up or whatever. But these are just so much better. So we got some mods. I'm not gonna. Well, I say I'm not gonna go crazy modding the Proton Pack, but the odds of me not going crazy modding something, I don't know. Slim? None?
Yeah, mod it up. What the hell?
Yeah, so I just wanna tweak it a little. Make it like this is the biggest one. Like this is only like a couple dollars worth of Flexo Pet and spiral loom tubing. This is a cheap upgrade. Even just a piece of Flexo Pet. You can get 10 feet, and it's like you don't need 10 feet. You only need like about a foot of it. It's a couple bucks, and you replace the tube that comes with the pack, and this just looks a lot better. This is movie accurate. You spray it with little, streaks and whatnot, temporary hair color, and then you hit it with a little flat clear, and it looks much more like the movie. I don't know why, because the funny thing is they used a very expensive, actual Kevlar braided loom on the HasLab pack, and like this is cheaper than Kevlar. I don't know why they use the Kevlar. It doesn't make sense to me. Whatever, they just had it handy, I guess. But yeah, this stuff's pretty cool. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Come on. Stand up, boy. God damn it, boy.
Okay, I don't need to be big anymore. We can watch everyone else.
Yeah.
Anybody still here? Buck?
Ooh, what?
Someone unbig me.
Unbig you? You can't unbig yourself?
No, I'm not. I don't have the juice you have, guys.
There you go.
I'm a guest on this channel. I'm not one of the admins like you. Donnie, you doing some wiring?
Yeah, soldering some LEDs.
Nice. Buck's taking an old man break, aka pooping.
Nope. I went to the door to pick up a package from Amazon that is actually pretty amazing because I ordered some dog treats about an hour before the stream, hour and a half before the stream, and one package of them is already delivered.
Nice.
Oh, Buck, you have Prime Now, right?
Yeah.
Amazon Prime Now.
Well, it was supposed to be delivered by tomorrow morning.
Regular Prime will do that sometimes.
Well, he's got Prime Instant.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, when we lived in Northwest New Jersey, Prime was 2 days. But when we moved to Atlanta, we had the option of Prime Now, like right now. Like I hit order on a USB condenser mic one day to do a voiceover on a video, because my GoPro was like the mic was all bad with wind noise, and it said, "Oh, this is available Prime Now," and I was like, "What's Prime Now?" And they're like, "Get it in 2 hours or less," and I'm like, "Wait a second." I click buy now for this $38 USB microphone, and you say you're going to have it to my house in 2 hours, and I clicked order. The damn thing showed up in an hour and 40 minutes. My doorbell rang, and there was a USB microphone on my front porch. I was just like, I love living in Atlanta. Prime Now.
No, I like mine better. You click to order and you.
Well, no, there was a funny comedian. He did a bit, and he's like, I want Prime before. I want them to deliver it to me before I even need to know I order it. Like I want it before. I want my doorbell to just ring and the product to show up, and I'd be like, "Oh, I was going to order this in 5 minutes." Prime before. That's what it's getting to. It's like Amazon's just going to start dropping shit off at your house, and you'll be like, "You know what? I was going to buy this in a day or two." Ah, good idea, Prime. Thanks. Bezos will come up with the algorithm to figure it out. Like, they're just going to start dropping things off at our house. Like that stupid Vortex paint mixer for $100. They'll be like, well, it was on sale for $85.99. So we just figured we'd leave one on the front of your house. And if you didn't want it, you just send it back. And I'm like, I really wanted this. Thanks. That worked out well. Like, they're just going to mine your wish list. And if they see something go on sale at all, they're just like, just ship it to him. He'll keep it and pay for it. It's fine. They're probably right with me.
Yeah, he's a sucker.
Like, there's going to be just like Makita tools randomly showing up. Like, well, it was $85 cheaper than usual. Lowest price in 30 days. And I'm like, yeah, I wanted this tool. Okay, fine, charge me.
Fine, I'll pay for it.
Yeah, okay. I already had a tire inflator, but this is the better tire inflator from Makita. All right.
This has 1 more gallon more.
I have a nice Makita cordless tire inflator, and it works great. It'll pump the tires up in my 4Runner, those big BFG off-roads, pretty well. It'll bring them up to pressure. They have a new one that's more betterer, and I want it because it's more betterer. And my excuse is, well, I'll put the less betterer tire inflator in my wife's Lexus because it has smaller tires, and I'll get the newer, betterer one. And then, how we justify purchases of unnecessary items.
Oh, never.
Never.
Somehow, Ian ended up with 15 tire inflators. We don't know how.
I only have one so far. Hey, Donnie, what soldering iron are you using?
I have no idea what brand it is. Got it off Amazon.
Oh, like me. Mine
It's
is
a soldering iron, power supply, solder reworker, all built into one.
Oh, wow. I just have a AOUE, some random Chinesian brand.
Yeah, this one's the same.
AOUE?
Well, no, I don't. It's some Chinese brand.
Yeah, they work fine. Electricity, coils, hot, melt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, Ian, I think this message is for you.
Yes, Lemur.
Amazon suggests you upgrade now.
Of course. Amazon suggests and I shall comply. Tamiya Cement has an old label. Time to upgrade. Who's Tamiya Cement?
No, that.
This one?
Oh, that's
Upgrade
quick
now.
drying.
Upgrade now. Lemur's commenting on my Tamiya Cement. This is the only one in frame, I think.
I
This
think
is
he
the
was just
quick
making
setting.
a joke.
Oh, maybe.
Time
Yes.
to upgrade.
Yeah, no, I did that already. I had an old faded label, and I bought a new bottle because the label was getting faded, and it was also empty.
Ian,
Nah, I just bought a bottle of airbrush cleaner.
yes, you need to order this.
Yeah, I have that.
Actually, you have it.
Order what? Oh, airbrush cleaner. Yeah.
Ian, what's funny
Here's
is
my-
you picked up that bottle from somewhere, and if you look right in front of the Ghostbuster sign, you have another one.
No, that's X20A. It's thinner.
Ah.
What's the thinner?
Different.
White label, pink label. Yellow head.
Ian's
I don't know
the
what it is
Tamiya
about.
whore.
I don't know what it is about Japanese product tree, but I'm just a sucker for it. I just the it looks like a NATO jerry can on the sides. Like, look at
Right.
that. It's just they knew how to trigger the modeler with the stupid NATO jerry can pattern, but it also does increase the rigidity of the sides of the bottle. So it's
Yeah,
a
like
very
they need.
intelligent.
I look at that and I see the tail light from my Jeep.
Oh my God, do you have a Renegade?
Yep.
I'm going to stay silent for a while here. I don't want to get in trouble. However, my housekeeper back in New Jersey had a Jeep Renegade, and in the dirty back glass, okay, on the dust, she wrote with her finger, "Piece of shit, do not buy." Because the Jeep Renegade is a rebranded Fiat 500X. And Fiat, the Italian car company, you know, that stands for Fix It Again, Tony. Like Ford found on road dead. Fiat is even worse.
Fix it again, Tony.
To me, it should have a vending machine at hobby stores. They have the shelf. They have a whole aisle at the hobby store. They don't need a vending machine. You know, I think the hobby store wants us to pay in one location. But yes, to me, it should have a vending machine in a shopping mall, maybe.
Right?
Because, like, we're in the mall. We don't want to be in the mall with our wife. And then we, like, are walking through the mall and we see a Tamiya vending machine. Hell yeah. That's a great idea.
Kidding?
The
You
hobby
should see
shop,
some of
it's
the
kind of
videos
redundant.
I watch, Ian. There's a vending machine for model kits out there in Japan.
Oh, I'm sure there is. Again, why I want to go to Japan is not just to go to Japan and go to Akihabara and, you know, go on a nerdgasm credit card debt spree.
I just
But
wish
don't
there was
try out all the-
anywhere around here to buy shit like that.
Yeah, like, you know, in Japan, there's a vending machine, let's say, Tamiya model kits, and then, you know, fried pork sandwiches, and then used underpants from schoolgirls, like, all in a row. Like, this country is a sight to behold.
It's Graceland.
The only
Yeah.
thing we have around here is Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, if you want to see a really good vending machine channel on YouTube, look up Dancing Bacons. So that's bacon plural, bacons with an S, Dancing Bacons. And this dude just like, he just does like vending machine YouTube porn on every video. It's quite addicting, and then your feed will just start filling up with Japanese vending machine review videos, and you won't really mind it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I watched some of them.
Yeah, Dancing Bacons on YouTube. Shout out to Dancing Bacons. I don't know you. I don't know if you're a cool dude, but you've got some really good vending machine reviews. Apparently, the biggest vending machine park in all of the world is at like a junkyard somewhere in Japan. And it's just like hundreds of vending machines. Some of them are like super old school, classic. Some of them will make you like a fresh cup of coffee. Some of them will make you like a pizza. Like it's just an insane variety of vending machines in Japan. First Italian attempt at transportation, Fiat. Good one, Andy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my dream trips. Japan, too.
The Jeep Renegade. Jeep
Tamiya,
Renegade.
Bandai.
I want to look off-roady, but not actually get anywhere. Jeep Renegade.
Didn't want a car to go off-roading.
You can say that about most SUVs nowadays, though.
Ah. Yeah, no, you are correct, Donnie.
You look
I don't
off-roady,
disagree with you.
but you ain't going nowhere.
You know what? Here's the thing. So my local liquor store is actually a drive-through liquor store in Georgia. We have these amazing things, drive-through liquor stores. And the exit from their parking lot has 2 lanes. For one side for you to turn left and one side for you to turn right. And everybody that leaves seems to sit right in the middle or in the right. And they all have the left turn signal on. And they can never
Could
get
it
out
be
of the
'cause
driveway.
they all already opened their liquor?
They're already
I
drunk.
have no idea. Yeah, probably. So the thing is, there's a big median curb thing between the liquor store's parking lot and the shopping center's parking lot. And I have a Toyota 4Runner TRD Pro with BFG, all-terrain TAKO tires. I have hopped that median more times than I can count at this point. And I'm like, thank God I have a real SUV. I don't have to wait for these idiots to wait 15 minutes to make a left turn. And Atlanta drivers are very timid. Like a New Jersey, New York driver would have made that left turn in 30 seconds. But yeah, I'm like, oh, I'm never getting out of here. They have the left turn signal on and they're in the right lane. I just drive right over the median, and I'm like in the next parking lot over. I'm just out of there. And like, I need to make a U-turn.
People in Murfreesboro will make that left turn with another car coming 60 miles an hour, 3 feet away.
True. That happens in Georgia too sometimes, but not in my
neighborhood. That happens
apparently.
in Murfreesboro all the time. Yeah. That's why there's always a wreck every day.
So, like, we're going to dinner, and they're like, oh, the GPS is like, okay, go up to this light and then make a U-turn. And there's like 18 cars at the red light for the left turn signal. And I'm like, that's going to turn green, and the first person in line is on their phone. They're not going to move for 8 seconds. And by the time 3 cars get through, it'll be red. So I'll just, like, whip a Yui right over the median. I don't even care. I just hop things. I love having a 4Runner, man. You just climb over everything. You're trying to get around someone that's making a left turn and they're not fully in the left turn lane. I just drive up on the sidewalk. I don't care how high that curb is. As long as it's less than like 11 inches, I'm good to go. Gachapon vending machine toys. Very cool. Any Jeep with a CVT trans or bad.
Wrong lane by the streetcars in Austria. You don't have to have a tall car to drive over a curb. My Celica went over it without missing a beat.
Well, if you hit the curb just right and you just get the tires up on there and then you hop off just right,
yeah,
the worst damage you could do is your side skirts.
It was one of these things of the, you're used to the sign that says keep right. This one said keep left. And I went to the right of the median divider, and I saw the streetcar coming at me, and I'm like, this is not good. Let me drive over this thing.
Oops.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
So that's it for me, guys. I'm done. Got paint drying. I got glue drying. So I'm going to drop off, and I will see you guys on Sunday.
I got a pile of LEDs soldered.
Well, that's good.
So,
all right, well, adios, Buck.
Have a good one, Buck.
With everybody.
See you later, Buck.
Bye.
Catch you Sunday.
I'm not across the garage peeing in the sink.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not happening.
That's why you told us, right?
Yeah. I was just making sure everybody didn't assume my absence meant I was at the slop sink doing something unsavory. There we go. Ooh, Enterprise. Hello. Wow, we went to like YouTube Shorts view with the vertical.
Okay, we'll
that's interesting. That. You don't have to. I mean, it's a little.
Oh, sorry.
How's that deuce and a half coming?
Should be this one.
There we go. So, Donnie.
Yes, sir.
When you crack your Guinness, does it hiss at you?
Yes.
Don't you just love that sound?
I know, right? The little nitrogen ball in there hissing.
I'm like, oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Well, that's the draught can with the nitrogen canister. I love those things.
I do, too.
Gilly, have you had an Irish car bomb?
I had many.
Have you ever
Jaeger
had
bomb?
Have you ever had a creamy Irish car bomb?
I'm quietly looking around. Yes.
Okay.
Only if she'd let me.
Well,
Right.
here's the deal. So, Irish car bomb is obviously a shot glass of Jameson. You drop it into the Guinness cup, okay? Well, even better than that is a shot glass of Jameson and a shot glass of Bailey's Irish Cream dropped into the Guinness.
Never tried that.
I never tried that.
It is an experience because, like, one of my favorite nightcaps during holidays, I'll usually, New Year's or Christmas, is a Guinness, sorry, not Guinness, Jameson and Bailey's 50-50 on the rocks. Because it's basically just like supercharged Bailey's, because you're just adding more Irish whiskey to Bailey's,
Right.
which it's already just cream and Irish whiskey. But you throw the Bailey's in with the Jameson to the Guinness, and you've got just the smoothest, the most deliciousest Irish car bomb you've ever had in your life.
Cool.
May have to try that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty tasty. If you're alcoholic and you're inclined, I would recommend it highly.
All modelers are alcoholics. Or some way.
Slightly. All right. I guess I should try to get some straps painted on these little
I'm
guys.
not an
I don't know
alcoholic. Alcoholics have a drinking problem. I have no problem drinking.
Right?
There you go.
So far I got my thing pretty much pre-assembled built.
Wow, Gil, you're fast, man. That went together quick.
Gil builds his models and then paints everything.
Yeah.
Well, I do that as well. I build and then I paint, generally.
So there's tires. They come off pretty easily.
I usually build in like
Brake pads,
sub-assemblies
rim.
and then paint and then final assembly.
Well, it depends what you're building, because
Well,
if
that's
you're doing
true,
like
that's
an
true.
enterprise, you
Well,
want to like build
exactly.
up the saucer and then paint the saucer and then build the neck and paint the neck and
This
then
is
glue
why
them
you
together and
can-
just
They come
touch
with
up.
instructions. You read through the instructions, plan your battle there, and then you go.
Oh, you're supposed to read those?
Well, mine come with pictures. I don't know about reading. See?
Gil reads
pictures.
pictures.
Yeah. Okay, where the hell's that for? Well,
I
James,
thought those were just to give the kids
Sure.
something to look at while you build the model.
right? Kids get to watch me build it.
I already told my daughter, I said, when Madeline, that's her daughter, my granddaughter, I said, when she gets old enough, she's going to be over here building models, right?
How'd that go?
Good luck.
She just looked at me.
Yeah, I don't know what it's like to have kids, and I really don't want to know. The dogs are enough of a problem. They're
Well, my
probably
kids
just
are grown,
as obedient.
so
Well, one of my dogs is almost 4.
my dog is a senior citizen now.
Yeah,
Oh.
so is my cat.
Oh, my cat will be 13 this year.
Yeah, but that's kind of average for a cat.
Yeah, but he's very young for his age. Like, he's very spry still. Uh-oh.
Yeah. We had one cat that lived to be 18.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, 17 or 18. I can't remember.
Oh, wow.
That is insanely elderly for a cat.
Right?
Mine's about that age right now.
Do what?
18?
That's what
Yeah.
we figure. Yep.
That is crazy.
My dog is 8, going on 10.
I have my younger dog. He's almost 2, going on 3 months. He's got the brain of a friggin' baby. He's adorable and he's sweet. My God, is he an immature idiot?
That's the way Jack used to be. Now he just kind of wanders around. He's to the point now where it's like, man, I would sure like to get on that couch, but that's a long way up.
Yeah, no. Yeah, ours is like, I'd sure like to be on your lap. Oh, I'm already here.
Yeah.
Like, just shy of... We have English Bulldogs, so luckily they can't make it to the kitchen countertops. You know,
Our
like if we had a young
last
black
pit bull
lab.
was convinced that he was a Chihuahua. He liked nothing better than sleeping in your lap, and it's like, dude, really? You weigh 70 pounds. Why are you in my lap?
Yep, exactly. 65-pound English Bulldog that thinks it's a lap dog. My wife, I don't know how she still is able to walk.
That's exactly the way Red was. 70-pound pit bull that was like, I'm going to sleep in your lap now. Is that okay? Good.
Yeah. I'm leaning back in a lazy boy, and all of a sudden a 65-pound bulldog just jumps onto my lap. I'm like, what the hell? What's going on here?
Right?
That's not how this is supposed to work, buddy.
But you can't say no.
No, I don't. I just say ow.
That's how Red used to wake me up on the weekend when he wanted to go out to pee.
Yeah, just jump on the bed. That's like
Just
4 feet off the
dive right on
ground.
top of my chest.
Just land right on my testicles.
No, at least Red didn't do that. He landed on my chest most of the time. Like, oof!
Yeah, no.
All right, I'm up. Please move.
Well, the thing is, they don't understand the escalation of PSI. Because, like, the dog weighs 65 pounds, but the dog's paw is only 3 square inches of surface area. So when you multiply the 3 square inches by the 65 pounds of weight from that, yeah, no, ouch, that hurt, buddy. That was not comfortable. I did not appreciate that level of pain in my crotch at the moment.
Yeah, and while you're sitting there trying to regain your breath, he's sitting there looking at you going,
oh, yeah, and you're going,
yep.
Exactly.
He's just sitting there going, hi, Daddy.
Yeah, he's going, oh, I'm a good boy, right? Yeah? Can I get a treat now? You want to give me peanut butter? It's a peanut butter time. Did you film my dog toy with peanut butter, Daddy? No, I can't breathe. I'm not doing anything for a little while. You just crushed my testicles. There we go. Painting leather straps. My favorite thing in the world.
Painting leather is fun.
Luckily, it's like minifig painting. It's like you just kind of hit it where you think it makes the most impact, and then just cover everything up afterwards with panel liner and weathering.
No, you got to paint it and then shade it and then highlight it.
Yeah. Tamia Red Brown, my savior. There we go. So what's everybody's plans for the weekend? Anything fun?
Well,
just enjoy not having to work.
Okay. And Gail, what'd you say?
I'm going to paint this one.
Well, you guys could all pour one out
Hang
for the old pit stain because my wife
Paint that
booked
one.
us
Paint
a
that
pottery making class on Saturday night.
Oh my
All
God, are you
right.
serious?
Yeah, it's our date night. The wife set up the date night. You know, because quality time, air quotes.
Oh, she wants you to reenact that scene from Ghost.
Yeah. I said, am I Patrick Swayze and are you Demi Moore? Because neither of us looks like either of them. And, she chuckled a little, but then we both realized she's never seen the movie Ghost in its entirety. So, yeah, that one fell flat a bit. But yeah, that's what we're doing. We're doing a pottery class on Saturday. Now, the thing is, I've watched all these processes on, the Discovery Channel, the show How It's Made.
Right.
I've watched them multiple times. I know how this works. So we'll get there, and I will innately have a somewhat familiar understanding of the pottery making process as far as the molding and the drying and the firing and the glazing. And she will have no clue what's happening whatsoever, and then get frustrated that I'm the fish to water and she is flailing about with pottery flying in every direction, including her face.
Isn't that how it goes every time, though?
Yeah, it's pretty common. It happens. We did a glass blowing class once, and I was just like super excited. I'm like totally in my element. I'm like, oh, I just watched a documentary on this like a few months ago. I'm like, this is awesome. And I'm like rolling that metal tube and blowing air in there and like, yeah, it's easy. You just, And she's freaking out because there's a hot piece of molten glass next to her. And, the instructor's like, no, don't worry. Don't get so, no, please stop screaming. No, don't run away. No, you have to hold on to it's not going to burn you. I promise. It was very funny. And I'm like, honey, you realize the same thing's going to happen to the pottery class. She's just like, don't be a jerk. I'm like, no, I'm not being a jerk. I'm just giving you a pretext of like how tomorrow night's going to go.
Right.
Like all these other people will be like, how does your husband already know pottery making? I'm like, I've seen a lot of TV shows and YouTube. Like, I have an idea how this works. I'm like, you did no studying for this? Come on. You sign up for a pottery class, you might want to go on YouTube and look up, a couple pottery making videos. But nope, she does zero other prep work before going to one of these things.
No, she's saying that's what the class is for, to learn.
No, that's not what the class is, to embarrass the people that have not watched multiple YouTube videos on the process of making pottery. The class is there to make other strangers laugh at you for having no freaking clue what's going on. What time is it? Oh, a little after midnight.
It's 11:11.
Donnie, are you wired up? It's 11. Oh yeah, Don, you're in the next time zone over because you're in Tennessee, right?
Yep.
Even though you're like almost directly north of me, you're in the next time zone.
That's the way it goes. That's like Eric is in the same time zone I am 6 months a year, and in a different time zone the other 6 months.
Right.
Yeah, Eric lives on Mars basically, but a frozen
because
one.
Because they don't observe daylight savings time anymore.
Oh, really? They stopped?
Yeah. So 6 months out of the year, he's the same time as we are. 6 months out of the year, he's an hour off.
Interesting. I get the shit end of the stick with these streams because, like, it doesn't start until 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, like, any Brits that are watching, like, I am at the end of my wick, burning the midnight oil, so to speak. Donnie, do you have any of those tied together? Like you could do a test light for us?
Yeah.
No, but I could.
I don't know. It might be cool to show everybody, twist together those positive and negatives and,
And while
Yeah.
you're at it, you want to do another set for 537 refit? And just tell me
solder up
when-
some more LEDs?
Yeah, when you're done. And yeah, send me the rest.
Yeah, sure.
I think I'm going to do my first Arduino for my 1/18th scale Airwolf helicopter that's coming in a few months.
That's what I'm going to put in here.
Yeah, I was a little intimidated. Actually, World of Wayne did a great video today when he was
I haven't seen the one
showing.
he did today yet.
Spoiler!
Yeah, no spoilers. World of Wayne, people. But yeah, he's building up a 1350 refit Enterprise.
Yeah, I've been
he's
watching it. I just hadn't seen today's video yet.
Yeah, I
He's
haven't
doing
seen
it very part work style though. Like I love
I
Wayne.
want that green strawberry bridge set he's got.
I'm not doing the bridge. I am not doing the bridge. It's just
looks
not
good,
worth the
though.
trouble.
I
You're
have
never gonna
the
see it.
3D printed one, but I like that
Yeah.
green strawberry one.
Yeah, I think what do you have, the 3D printed one from Shapeways from Spaceways Parts?
Yeah.
Yeah, Market Spaceways Parts is an awesome dude. His parts are absolutely phenomenal. There was a small
I got
issue.
actually several parts from him.
Yeah, so there was a small issue with one of his parts with the impulse engines where they ended up out of scale and they were like, they don't fit. So if you ordered the impulse engine from him, I would contact him on Shapeways and he will make it right, which he did for me. And I'm getting, he's just shipped out my new part personally because he had to ship one out to Spruverse to,
Phil.
oh God, Phil. Yeah, Phil at Spruverse got Gilly, excuse yourself.
Oh, we just
Not
lost all the
sorry.
Germans.
Yeah, all the Germans are gone. Yeah, so
Not
Phil
sorry.
got the bad part, and so did I. And it was just a little mistake that happened when it got uploaded to Shapeways. Something was off with the scaling. But Mark at Shapeways sent Phil a new impulse engine, and he has just sent me a new impulse engine. And the impulse engine available on Shapeways parts, Spaceways parts on Shapeways, that's a mouthful. That impulse engine is correct. And it's good to order. It's fine. It's going to fit perfectly fine. But if you did, Donnie, did you get the impulse engine from Spaceways? Ooh.
I did.
Yeah, it match it up to the part from the kit. It's off, and I would contact Spaceways via Shapeways, messaging system, and let them know that you got the wrong one. That looks awesome, Donnie. Are you gonna do like a Arduino blinker setup there?
Yeah.
Nice. That's cool.
Here's me.
No,
That looks
Tiger King.
perfect.
I'm from Central Canada, Saskatchewan.
Airwolf. Lemur doesn't know what Airwolf is?
Oh, Airwolf was awesome.
Lemur, Google Airwolf. You can hear a picture, I promise you.
What
Yeah,
was that
Donnie,
other
man.
helicopter series?
Blue Thunder.
Blue
Thunder.
Thunder. That's it.
I have that toy as well. Yeah, Blue Thunder was awesome. The movie was great. The TV show was kind of shite.
It was okay.
Just another freaking observer. I'm, bleeping myself a bit there. Oh, yeah, Blue Thunder and Airwolf. Airwolf, I mean, come on, Airwolf. Lemur, are you a citizen of the Earth? How do you not know about Airwolf? Oh, there we go. Oh, no. Lemur, if you... hold on, Lemur's here. Lemur, Google Mars Industries Airwolf. They did a Kickstarter, and they are doing a 1/18th scale G.I. Joe scaled Airwolf toy, technically. But it is, for a toy, it's pretty accurate. It's not a model kit. It's not like the Aoshima Airwolf model kit. It's not as hyper accurate, but it's huge. And on this channel, I build huge things because I'm compensating for a very tiny penis, micro penis. I'm compensating for
$450.
Yeah. Well, that's painted. I bought the DIY kit. Yeah, I bought the DIY unpainted kit for $250. I should be getting it sometime, probably in the next 2 or 3 months, I guess. And it's mostly a 3D printed thing, but there's a lot of it. It goes together with magnets and stuff, and it's pretty accurate. Like they did pretty well for being a toy, technically.
Well, yeah, but that helicopter didn't have a lot of detail on it anyway.
Yeah, the Bell 220 was not.
Yeah, it was just this little streamline,
Yeah.
And then they added the little guns on it and stuff for the show.
Hold on, did someone make a G.I. Joe Harrier?
I don't know.
Well, Lemur is saying like the G.I. Joe AV-8B. I'm not aware. I had almost every G.I. Joe vehicle ever made at one point, and they did not.
It used to be about yay long. I think it was like 2-3 feet long. I remember seeing one when I was a kid.
No.
Oh, yeah,
There was a G.I. Joe SR-71. There was a G.I. Joe F-14. There was a G.I. Joe A-10 Warthog. There was a lot of G.I. Joe.
No, but there was a carrier. Yeah, there was a carrier.
No, not a carrier. I had the USS Flag aircraft carrier, but there was no G.I. Joe Harrier. No, I beg to differ.
No.
There was
I'm
never
looking
a
at
Harrier.
it right now on Google.
Yeah.
Give me a break. What did you Google?
G.I. Joe Harrier.
Yeah.
No. This is fake news. That's not a G.I. Joe vehicle. That's not a G.I. Joe. That's not a Hasbro G.I. Joe vehicle. I'm sorry. Nope. Big ass vehicles. The HM Armed Forces Fast Attack Jet Revis. That's not a G.I. Joe Harrier. Like, not Hasbro G.I. Joe. It might be a G.I. Joe scale, and it's all stumpy and weird. Who made that thing? Not G.I. Joe.
Still had one.
No. I get it. Yeah, it could have been a G.I. Joe scale thing. And the cockpit clearly will hold a G.I. Joe sized figure, but the rest of the proportions are really off. And the difference is, yeah, it's not Hasbro. Thanks, Lemur. And it's not to scale because the Mars Industries Airwolf is pretty much to scale. Like, it's fully sized for its scale, whereas
that Harrier itself was a pretty lumpy looking.
No, it wasn't this. This Harrier looks like George Costanza after he was in the cold pool. Like, this is a very stumpy turtle of a Harrier.
Yeah, I know, but the real Harrier was pretty damn stumpy.
Yeah, and the toy exaggerates that to a new level that I couldn't even. It's almost horrifying to look at these Google images. I'm looking at histank.com, which is a big G.I. Joe vehicle website. I'm looking at it, and yeah, it's totally not 1/18 scale. Literally, the cockpit is the only thing that is G.I. Joe scale. The rest of it is cool looking. I give you that. Very cool looking, but not to scale. But I am impressed somebody made a, action figure capable Harrier. That's pretty awesome, actually. That's like one of my top 3 favorite planes after the Warthog and the Tomcat. Hey, Gil, you know, the gas. The Germans are getting upset. All right. Well, I painted on my little leather straps.
Looking good.
They're looking all right.
Nice.
What the heck happened?
Oh, Gilly bigged himself.
No,
Oh,
I'm
it was
trying.
me.
There we go. I was trying to big you.
Yeah, it's just layers. Now I got to do these ropes in something contrasting.
Yeah, now you need to add the highlights to the leather.
Yeah.
Well, this is just the base colors. After this, it's going to be another clear coat, and then, you know, multiple washes and pigments and things. The wood has a lot to go. Like I do, like 4 or 5 more layers of stuff over this base wood color to make it really look more like wood.
Okay, what did you start off with for your wood?
The wood, I started off with this.
Okay.
And then we used olive drab for like the ammo cans and the helmet and stuff. And then we used khaki for the backpacks.
I use this for painting wood.
And red brown for the straps. And then khaki drab for the tarps. Comes out a lot darker than it looks in the jar.
Yeah.
But that's over a NATO black primer. So
That makes a difference.
yeah, that does. And then and then on the wood, we'll dry brush this with some buff and then start layering different brown panel liners on there and some chipping, you know, some chipping color as well to get those things looking better. I think if everyone goes back and looks at when I was painting the stowage for my my Centurion tank that I recently completed, you'll see a lot of the wood finishing techniques I used for that stowage, where I start with wood, and then there's you know, buff and chipping and panel liners involved and all these sort of other products.
Cool.
It's a little involved. Gil, your models keep multiplying on your workbench there.
I use that for painting wood.
Yeah, Donnie, I'm probably doing something fairly similar, just with what I have laying around.
Yeah.
But
So what have you got done, Gilly?
What do you mean what I got done? Got lots done.
Donnie's
We're
like
working on
Gilly. He's pretending he's got like 4 models done in like one, you know, 3.5 hour session here tonight.
Right.
I think all he's really worked on is that deuce and a half.
Tonight. Last week, 3 weeks ago, probably about 8 years ago.
That's pretty cool. Is that a recovery vehicle?
Yeah.
Nice.
Sunday.
What is that? A hemorrhoidal suppository?
It
looks a little prickly.
Yeah.
What scale is that submarine? 1/9 millionth?
9 million.
Tiny sub.
Yeah.
Tiny scale. That's this little bugger here.
Did you see that one somebody was building on Facebook? It was like 1/48 scale or something like that. It was like, I don't know, 4 feet long. Huge.
1/350th scale is pretty tiny, but that is a diesel sub, so.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I got quite a bit to do tomorrow. Painting, priming.
Here's a 1/350th scale.
Yeah, but that's the Yamato.
Yeah, it's 1/350th.
That's
I would
not real.
love to have one of those, but the price is just ridiculous.
Yeah, I got fairly lucky on the price with my guy that speaks and reads Japanese. I was pretty lucky to get this for a decent bid on those. It was either Yahoo Auctions Japan or Rakuten Japan or one of those sites. Same way I got my DeLorean from Japan, my DeAgostini DeLorean. You know, is the Japanese auction sites. There are still some, well, for a while there were some deals to be had, but now they'll probably go down in price a bunch, any Japanese DeAgostini DeLorean parts, because Fan Home's bringing the parts back. So that market has probably dried up a bit for resellers.
It's good. Maybe the price will go down.
Yeah, definitely. I absolutely, the price will go down. There's no doubt about that.
I want them to bring back the Falcon.
Well, the Falcon was never in the U.S., you know?
Yeah, it was.
What? Who sold the Millennium Falcon partwork in the U.S.?
DeAgostini.
They
Buck
were in
did
the
it.
U.S.?
Yeah,
Huh?
Buck built the Falcon.
They were. I don't ever remember DeAgostini being like a U.S. thing. Like, I thought
Yeah,
it was just Fan Home.
Model Space.
Oh, Model Space. I remember them. Yeah, they were around for a little while. They went out of business, though. I mean.
No, they reorganized into Fan Home.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'd like. If they brought back
all
the Falcon.
those kits over here. Buck's got the Falcon and the X-Wing.
Yeah, I mean, X-Wing, yeah, I'd probably do an X-Wing, but honestly, with the price of these kits, I would probably just be like, well, which Star Wars kit do I really want the most? I'd probably do the Falcon.
Yeah, I want the Falcon.
Yeah, that would be
that
nice.
Falcon is cool.
Oh yeah, you missed that one too there.
Little sledgehammer.
Nice.
Yeah,
Ian.
I would definitely do a Falcon.
Oh, Warhammer.
Yeah, you missed that one there last time, Ian. Oh yeah,
Ooh,
Donnie, you
cool.
weren't here either.
Nice.
Yeah, I wasn't on the Sunday stream because my
Yeah, I
parents were
almost
here.
never
so.
make the Sunday stream.
Sunday stream's hit or miss for me. Usually miss.
I did a whole set of the what are they called? The Harlequin bikes. Warhammer.
Yeah, that was that dark.
I did a whole set of those for a guy.
Donnie doing commission builds.
I've been doing that for a few years.
Yeah, Donnie does that a lot.
I had no idea. People ask me to do a commission once in a while, but it's always, to me, a full option tank, and I'm just like, oh, dear God. Do you expect me to ship this thing when it's done? Because it's going to arrive to you in 17 pieces.
Yeah, most of what I do is Warhammer.
Yeah, well, minifigs you can ship real easy. But, imagine building, an 8 to 10 pound 16th scale tank with a lot of delicate servo connections and things in it and linkages. You can't ship that.
Painted, whole armies for people.
Yeah. I built one Tamiya tank. I built my 1/16 scale Yag Panther. And I decided to sell it because, honestly, I didn't love the Yag Panther. I thought I'd enjoy it more because it was kind of like the Swedish Stridsvagn, the S-Tank.
Yeah.
But I didn't like it. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to sell this thing. And it came out great. But, yeah, this guy was going to drive and pick it up. Razor Crest is awesome. Love that thing.
I have the Ravel one.
I don't think there's a bad Razor Crest model, is there?
There's only two.
There's only two.
Well, three if you count the little tiny Bandai one.
Yeah, that's
It's like
no,
2 inches long.
Yeah. Well, this guy in South Carolina bought my Yag Panther, and I was like, okay, well, come pick it up, and he's like, I'm gonna need you to ship it now. I can't drive. I said, dude, I wasn't gonna even sell it to you if you wanted me to ship it, because these things are so delicate. It's like, there's no way I could pack this and not guarantee there won't be some damage. And he's just like, oh, it'll be fine, just ship it. Yeah, it friggin' snapped the recoil, like the recoil arm that connected to the recoil motor got destroyed. It was a shit show. I will never do a commission build that I have to ship ever.
Yeah. They're not fun. Tell me that. I can tell you
Yeah,
that.
because I don't do minifigs. Like, you could fully paint and detail a minifig and throw it in a bunch of, padding or cotton wadding, and it'll show up just fine. You could ship that thing to friggin' Afghanistan. It'll get there in one piece. Not a 16th scale Tamiya model tank, that's for sure. Okay. All right, our stowage is mostly base painted.
There's one I did for a guy.
Dear God, that's
that
pretty
one. That was
elaborate.
sweet.
That's
The
cool.
Necrons.
Yeah.
But even so, I could look at that and go, you know what? If you put enough, packing peanuts and bubble wrap and whatever, I'd feel pretty okay shipping something like that. But like, when you're done with this JJ prize, do you have any idea how you would box that up, pack it, pad it, and ship it to someone without it breaking?
No.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Trekworks. What's his name? Boyd.
He doesn't.
He does it. I don't know how the hell he does it. What is he doing? Getting custom made wooden crates with like armed guards to escort it the whole way? Are they like putting it on a camel? Like, how is he shipping these damn things?
He warns them right away. He says, this is what it's going to cost me. And
Yeah.
it's going to cost
See, I
you
did that one for the same army.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah,
Boyd must charge an absolute arm and a leg on his commission jobs.
He does.
Like, it must be like thousands of dollars for him to build you an Enterprise.
I think he said it was like 400.
I highly doubt that.
Yeah.
Like, maybe for a 1701 TOS Enterprise, maybe. Because that's kind of easier to build. He actually stated he's not doing any more commissions for refits because they're such horrible to build kits. So, like, I don't know. Does anyone know if Boyd's coming to Wonderfest?
I don't know.
Because if he was there, if I heard his voice and I didn't even see him, I'd be like, Boyd!
Right?
I'd be like, immediately like, Boyd! And he'd be like, huh? I'm like, Trekworks! And he'd be like, yeah! And I'm like, PITSTAIN! He's like, I don't know who the hell you are! Stay away from me! It'd be pretty funny, actually. Like,
tell you the truth, I don't think he said he was going. I don't know.
World of Wayne's going, right?
Wayne's going,
so, like,
said.
Mr. Green is going, and I'll see Wayne there, and I'm gonna get a little T-shirt made with my PITSTAIN Hobbies Cloud logo on it, and I'll be like, "Hey, Wayne," and I'll be like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Do you know the logo?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "Well, you should subscribe." Tit for tat. No, I'm looking forward to meeting everybody at Wonderfest. Honestly, I'm looking forward to meeting Todd and Buck's going, right?
Yeah, he said he was going.
Gil's not legally allowed in this country because of his past transgressions.
Technically, I'm not allowed in the States.
There was an issue with a pig one day when he was visiting Indiana.
He promised
Gil
me
was
bacon.
arrested.
For some reason, he was chasing this pig around yelling, "Bacon!"
Bacon.
Yeah, exactly.
Bacon.
He saw the bacon strips ad on TV and thought it was acceptable behavior in the States. But I'm like, you're not a golden retriever. You can't do that. But Donnie, you're going to Wonderfest, right?
I'm going to try to.
What is that, like a 2-hour drive for you?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, because it's 4 hours for me to get to Nashville. And then another 2.5 hours for me to get to Louisville.
Yeah, I'm like 30 minutes from Nashville.
Do we have any viewers left?
Probably not.
Sure.
Let's see. Well, I got 0 views on my channel for the live stream.
Yeah, I usually always do.
Well, I usually have a lot more views. Like, the live,
Everybody
let's
usually
see,
watches on the HTM YouTube.
Yeah, the last one, though, January 7th, like stream number 47 has 180 views on my channel.
Yeah, well, over time, mine will build up some views, but during the stream, everybody usually watches on HTM.
Yeah, it's interesting. Huh. Let's see. Oh, my God. I made it over 1,570 subscribers. Thank you.
I don't know. Mine says 1 watching now.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure here.
Somebody's watching on my stream.
Oh, congratulations, Donnie. We're just hanging out now, like just not giving a shit.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Let's see. Oh, Donnie, if you see 1 viewer on your stream, that means you're looking at your own stream.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, 1 watching now. I just clicked on mine, and it says 1 watching now.
Yeah. I got 1 like, though.
I got 3 likes.
Ooh.
Oh, Donnie. There we go. Dick measuring contest right now, everybody. Me versus Donnie. I've got 3 times the YouTube phallus.
Well, Tiger Tank 2 is still here.
Oh, thank you, Tiger Tank. You are dedicated.
Lemur still here.
Lemur, we appreciate that you have nothing better to do than watch us. We truly do. Okay, I'm gonna do some ropes on this little wrap tarpaulin for the British viewers, I guess. Tarpaulin. What do I do for ropes?
Tarpaulin.
Tarpaulin. I think I'm gonna go with a desert yellow, maybe.
I would go on a nice.
Well, I'm gonna weather over it, so I want something a little bit light to start with.
Well, if you want to go light, I would go buff.
Well, I'm not going to go buff because I'm doing buff on the wood, and then I'm going to be dry brushing with buff.
Are you gonna oil it?
Yeah. This thing's going to get some brown and potentially black panel liner, and deep brown panel accent color. The deep brown accent color is a cool one.
So he's going to enamel it.
Yeah. Oh, hobby time for me. Plenty to do. There you go.
Sweet.
Masking gear bays. What are you building, Lemur? Gear bays. I'm assuming a fighter model of some form. Well, I exercise my Tamiya paint. Oh, yeah. This explains my social life on a daily basis.
Oh yeah.
Shaking paint cans.
Are you sure?
Honey, what are you doing in there? I'm just shaking my paint, babe. Never mind. Why are you huffing and puffing? It's thick paint, babe. Got to shake it a lot to get it out of there.
Go back to bed.
Exactly. Go back to bed. All right.
You sick bastard.
I'm not the one that said it, Gil.
Check out these, Lemur.
Oh, is that SU-27?
YF-23. Oh, I'd love to have a model of the YF-23.
Yeah, I wish, eh?
Oh, the YF-23 was so cool.
The only
was
model
so
I've ever
cool.
seen of it was like a 1/72nd, little tiny one.
Yeah, the YF-23, we all love it because we never got it.
Right?
Like, obviously the F-22 is better in
Well,
many
I don't
ways.
know if it's better or not. We never got the YF-23,
Wow,
so
we never got to the YF-22,
Well, you know-
so how could we know?
it has
you know,
diamond-shaped wings. It has to be better.
Yeah.
Half the reason we get the fighters we get is because the U.S. military-industrial complex needs to keep all of the other contractors in business in case they come
Right.
up with something really good in the future, which is an interesting phenomenon of military contracting in America.
Well, it's like the B-17. The B-17 became legendary in World War II. But the
Yeah.
only reason we got the B-17 wasn't because it was better. The plane it was competing against was actually better, but they crashed the prototype during the test, which disqualified it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we
Well,
ended up
I mean,
with
the
the
fact that
B-17.
it didn't crash, I mean, I consider that a contributing factor to it being better. Personally,
Well, no, they readily admit that the other plane was better.
The other plane was better. They were just
But
sad.
the rules or whatever that they had disqualified the other plane because it crashed.
Yeah.
well, you know, if I was taking a flight somewhere and they said, "Well, this airliner's crashed," you know, blah blah blah, but you know, it's better. I'm like, well, it crashed. I'll book the other airline that uses that other model plane. I don't think that's a really crazy leap of judgment. I'll be
Well,
honest.
let's put it in vehicle terms. Would you drive a Ford, Dodge, GM, or Chevy?
A Toyota.
There you go. Why?
Because every time you turn the key, they start unless the battery's dead.
That's why I drove my little Datsun for 5 years.
Well, the Datsun was before Nissan took over. You know, it was like, that was when they were like, let's just make something cheap and cheerful that's actually, and honestly, Datsun did not have a high bar to reach to be more reliable than American cars of the time when Datsun arrived in America. They were just like, well, let's try to be almost as good as Honda.
Hey, that
Pretty-
little Datsun, man, drove forever. It
Yeah,
had
well,
almost
Datsuns-
200,000 miles on it when I got it, and I drove it for 5 years.
Yeah, the Datsuns were, you know, comparatively bulletproof vehicles compared to, like, you know, a Chevy Vega or like, you know, a Ford anything. There we go. All right. Ropes painted on. Leather straps painted, ropes painted. We're basically at the point where once all that's dry, we got to clear coat everything, and then we could start with the wood tonings and the other weatherings.
Yeah, I think I'm going to jump off of here. It's almost midnight.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, it's almost 1 a.m. here. I think I'm going to hop off. All right, well, Tiger and Lemur. Miata, apparently most reliable car ever. Yeah, Miata. Miata is always the answer. But on that note, we'll wish everyone adieu. And thank you for watching. And tune back in on Sunday, whatever time it is, 2
I
p.m.
think it
Eastern
usually starts
time.
about 12.
Well,
Noonish.
it's 12. What Central
Yes,
or Mountain or Central? I don't know.
Central.
Figure it out.
12
But yeah,
Central.
tune back in Sunday. I may or may not be here, and the other guys will probably may or may not be here. But thanks for
I
watching.
usually don't make the Sunday stream, but
I'll be
Yeah,
here.
Donnie's passed out in a pool of his own vomit on Sundays most of the time, guys.
yeah, something like that.
Anyways, I'd like to thank you guys for coming. So hit like and subscribe, and we'll hope to see you guys Sunday and hopefully next Friday.
All right, everybody have a good one. Thanks for stopping
Good
by.
night. Everybody wave.
Have a great
Yeah.
weekend, everybody.
Later.
Good night.
Wait, we got to hit the outro. Where's the outro?
Did you hit the outro?